Suck it. You. Get. Suck it. Suck it. Oh, suck it. Yeah, you little shit. Suck it. Suck it. And as always, suck it.
Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online, a short while ago, in this galaxy close to home, June 26, 2022.
Alright, I'm gonna come up there and punch you. Suck it! Truta! You will die! Bow down to me! Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Now suck it. Get shit on. Get shit on!
Get shit on. I'm moving around the sounds a little bit here. There we go. Submit, save. All right. Then I can add this one here. Hello, Murdochs. Let's see. That one there. Automatically create and submit. Okay. Let's see how this one does.
Anus, 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 anus.
How's it going, Murdoch? The plaintiff and the defendant are fighting together. Hello. Hello.
Get shit on! Alright, I'm gonna come up there and punch you. Suck it! Truta! You will die! Bow down to me! Oh, God.
Murdoch
Okay.
says, almost bought a car today. Caused me stress. Glad I didn't. This lady bought it before I could. Was a Jeep Cherokee 100K miles for $17,000.
Bought it before you could. Oh man, did you want it like super badly, or were you just thinking about it? She just bought it out from under you, or did you have like have talks with the sales person and said, "Hey, yeah, this is gonna be for me," or whatever, and then bam, she takes it from you. Bam, balam. Bam, balam.
Murdoch says, I wanted to examine it closer, and yes, she bought it Ninja Snake.
Oh man. Just up and just got it from you. Cherokee peep hole, Cherokee pry hide. 1 day and 11 hours. So like, yeah. Excuse, please. Excuse, please.
Murdoch says, on one hand I'm glad I don't have an auto payment, on the other hand I'm tired of driving a pooper.
Super duper pooper scooper. Can always get you one of those electric scooter things, you know, like that.
Murdoch says, a dilemma.
Dilemma of diarrhea continues. Get you a smart car.
Imperial Terran forces are great.
Imperial Terran forces are great. What the hell? No, they're not. Is that X? Can we do the X thing here? No. No, we cannot. No. Well, damn. Damn it, mister. Still nothing, my gosh. My goodness gracious, great balls of hair balls. Great balls of hair balls. Harry McBalls, Sir Sack. Everybody's over there except me? What the hell? Oh, that person was there. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Oh, there's nothing up here yet. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm stuck in it. What the fuck? How'd that happen? There we go. Unstuck is good. I like unstuck. Run, run, Rudolph. Santa's gotta make it to town. Do. Overload agonizer. Agonizer, mister. Fire.
Crystal is under attack. Defend it.
I'm gonna shit out a crystal. I shat it out, mister. I shot it out of my ass.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
Oh no. Is it like telling us, hey, help me or some shit? No, it's not. It's snot. No, it's snot. It's telling me that you need to take a dookie.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Be tearing it up, I say, tearing it up. Terrans.
The
Oh,
crystal has been
Terrans.
purified.
They're
Advance to the
tearing
next
it.
one.
They're tearing it up. Dun 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 dun. Overloading and exploding. Whoa, whoa. Overloading and exploding.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Have arrived. A moment of greatness. And a chance to fart.
Under attack. Defend it.
Fire! Fire, mister. Fire. Attack those Terrans, you bastards. Listen here, mister. Don't make me get my phaser out. My phaser! Phaser's on stun. Listen here, mister. I don't see any enemies.
Murdoch says, so I added Hulu to my Disney for the bundle to watch The Old Man and then remembered how stupid that is cause you still have to watch commercials. Murdoch says, so stupid.
I know, right? Like, it's almost like when Hulu used to be free. You know, it had the little commercial breaks, which I had no problem with. But then they started making Hulu like, you had to pay for it. And I'm thinking, well, usually you pay to not have to look at the ads for things. But there are commercials now. And that doesn't make any damn sense.
Murdoch says, so I cancelled all of it. Was impressed I was able to talk to someone at Disney at 2 a.m. Surprised.
Wow.
So I then went to Hulu and got the package with no commercials for $12.
Wow.
Murdoch says, they just don't include the no commercials in the Disney bundle with Hulu, but it's stupid.
That is stupid. What's the difference in like, well, I guess the price is kind of put together with the rest of them, so wouldn't have an idea of like just individual pricing.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Do they make like a Hulu card where you can just buy it? Dude, I work in retail and I don't even notice. What the fuck? They probably do and I haven't seen it. That'd be like one of the only ways to actually watch it. Of course, I wouldn't just watch it either. I'd try to find a way to save that shit. If I wanted to watch it again and I'm paying like a fee to watch something, I want to keep a copy of what I'm watching. That's something I'd like to have happen.
Murdoch says, I really hate commercials. It's about the same price just for Hulu without commercials, but I don't get Disney and ESPN, but that's fine. Nothing to watch there anyways.
Not even Obi-Wan Kenobi? Ah, right there in the back. Alright, damn it. Is this thing like working or something?
Murdoch says, I saw the last episode right.
Saw the last episode?
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
Murdoch says, such a short season.
If it's Obi-Wan, it's supposed to be a mini-series, so there's not
Murdoch
supposed to be a
says,
second one.
It's over, right?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah. No more will be coming around.
Advance to the next one.
It's done or something? Huh. I thought there was more crystals involved in this. Or is it the other areas? I am going the right way, right? What's up with that one? Yeah, it's supposed to be a short, just what is it, ever like 7 episode or 6 episode
Murdoch
season,
says,
and that was it.
kind of disappointed. I mean, all of the original Star Wars revolves around Vader and we just get this WTF.
Yep. That's why Just Call Me Core was talking in here the other night or whatever about everybody that thinks that it was awesome and whatever like that,
Surreal_claps says, hello there.
Hello there. Oh, welcome back, dude. How's everything?
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Everything sorted. Shit showered and shaved.
Surreal_claps says,
Well done.
things are
Looks like the
going.
Terrans are retreating.
LUL would not say they are good or bad.
Well, they've still got to be going pretty good. I mean, here you are, still out there.
Reading Terran transporter signals near the spire.
That's good.
Return to the spire and hold
Give
on.
me that now. So Murdoch, what did you think about the lightsaber fights and stuff in Obi-Wan? Because I have to agree with a lot of people out
Murdoch
there.
says, to be honest, while I understand the critiques from now and then, some rightly deserved with what happened to Boba Fett, I enjoyed Vader a lot.
Yeah, Vader makes it. You know, for me, the whole like Darth Vader doing his shit thing, that is the perfect thing. I was telling Riz last night or whatever that I didn't read the comic books, but there's a YouTube guy out there that has like where he kind of reads it and narrows it down, like the story scope of and stuff. And there's like a comic out there where Vader is friends with a stormtrooper, and they're like real good friends and stuff. And then stuff happens, and it was a very good story arc, and that would be kind of cool if they did that. But then you got to think, how many times were they going to pull Darth Vader out? Like one of their good cards, I guess you could say, to the fans. I mean, there's so many stories they could probably tell, but do they want to like use their number one ace of spades, which is like Darth Vader, to tell those stories, or do they want to like venture out to other possibilities of characters we don't even know, or just have never heard of, or don't even know exist? They're just in that universe doing whatever. They could probably have like Star Wars Outer Rim kind of situation where
Surreal_claps says, I enjoyed Kenobi quite a bit. Pretty dope that Kenobi went back to Jabim, where he was almost killed by bounty hunter Dirge in the comics and fought in both the comics and the original 2003 Clone Wars. Murdoch says, you know what I can't stand? For every hero now in every universe we have to have some girl version. Sorry, not a fan, lol.
What about the parallels of
Murdoch says,
each one?
Next Star Wars, the Vader girl version.
The Vader girl. Yeah. Well, she was a survivor.
Surreal_claps says, not everything needs multiplication, I agree.
One of the rants out there about it is the girl you're talking about, the survivor of whenever Anakin killed all the little, young Jedi or whatever in training.
Murdoch says, I liked her, but I was thinking of that Dr. Strang new one.
Well, her whole thing was like...
Murdoch says, I couldn't finish that one last night.
But her whole thing was she, kind of is undercover for her own self or whatever to kill Darth Vader. So in order to do that, she's like, she's going to kill him because of him killing all these like younglings or whatever they are, right? So she goes out and she kills younglings.
Murdoch says, I actually liked her.
Yeah, she as a character, yeah, but it didn't make any sense.
Murdoch says, I was just saying in general in other movies or whatever.
Yeah. It's just crazy the thing. But she's still alive though, right? Or I can't. Well, you said you didn't watch it, so I don't know what to say then. But yeah. I figured Darth Vader would say something like some stuff too, but he didn't. But he did, sort of. Vader.
Murdoch says, wait, Doctor Strange or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Murdoch says, wires got crossed.
Oh. Okay, you're talking about... Okay, we're talking about two separate things at once. I'm talking about one, you're talking about the other. Doctor Strangelove. Okay, which one are we talking about? Strange world of world.
Murdoch says, both.
Okay, we're still talking about both at once? Are we trying to get confused?
Surreal_claps says, I like both.
You like both?
Murdoch says, so in Star Wars I thought her character was fine. Surreal_claps says, both is good.
Doing the stuff that she did in Star Wars, yeah. But the reasons for a lot of it, and to me, just they didn't make sense, so I went and looked around, and there's other people that have the same opinion about, like, so she's trying to get revenge from Anakin / Darth Vader killing the younglings by killing younglings herself and killing the Jedi. But it's all to get to Darth Vader. Vader. Darth Vader. But other than that, you know. And what's the, like, you know, critiquing a little bit here and there. Alright, how did Qui-Gon Jinn die again? He didn't, not again, but how did he die? Does anyone remember? What happened to him for him to die? What caused his death?
Surreal_claps says, overdosed on fentanyl.
No, he got lightsabered in the middle of the abdomen through his back. And he
Murdoch
died.
says, penis enlargement.
Enlargement. Penis enlargement. No. The lightsaber from Darth Maul. The same kind of kill shot that happened twice in Obi-Wan that didn't kill anybody. That right there is just odd to me. And was whatever her name is, the one you're talking about from there, was she Jedi or was she Sith? You know, was she? Where did she, like, you know, align then? I mean, she didn't have Sith eyes.
Murdoch says, true, some missing pieces.
Yeah, it's just things that just didn't make any sense. I mean, is it because the dark side of the Force can heal you from that, and so they use the dark side, you know, the healing that you're not supposed to do or something, you know, which would make some sense if they just said, hey, yes, this is what happened. But I just don't know, like, where does she stand as far as, like, is she a Jedi pretending to be Sith in a way, or just have, or someone, you know, was going to be a Jedi, but since it's no longer there, she just kind of
Murdoch
trained
says,
on her own?
but remember how long people waited for Return of the Jedi and all of the unanswered questions.
Yes. But I don't know that we're not supposed to get another Obi-Wan anything as at the moment. Though it's like rumored that the actors are opened to returning to doing something with the character.
Murdoch says, but I didn't like Doctor Strange was out of nowhere. There is a girl that has equal power to Doctor Strange, and the thought I had in my head at the time was that it was forced writing, like we need to appeal to girls, like in every fucking situation this must be included.
You just wait until there's, like, more of that. Well, it's like Captain Marvel in general, right? I mean, if we go down that rabbit hole of characters should be a certain way or whatever.
Says, ZOMG spoilers.
God, spoilers. Hello, Arcanoloth. Well, you know, like, okay, Captain
Murdoch
Marvel.
says, yeah, Superwoman was awesome though.
But,
Murdoch says, she has her own show.
Oh, you mean Miss Marvel? Or, I have not watched that Miss Marvel yet. But, you know, like, way back in the day, Shazam is actually, you know, Marvel. So, there's that. And then there was the male version, and then all of a sudden there's the female version. Well, okay, they changed it. And they keep turning. Wait, there's She-Wolf Hulk out there coming, right? Too, right? Like, I wonder if they fixed any of that to make it look better. Hello there.
Murdoch says, I think I work with one.
You work with one? You work with a She-Hulk? Then that Gina something or whatever. She's supposed to be in like some sort of Western show now.
Murdoch says, LOL yet.
Or do they get mad and they turn green? Was it like Mad
Arcana
TV
Loath
Hulk?
says, whenever I see those ads for Supergirl, I think of that clip of Melissa Benoist from a film where she was auditioning to date a Saudi prince and the interviewer is asking her how she feels about anal sex and fellatio as they weigh her while she's naked.
Oh yeah, don't go down that rabbit hole with her. I mean, she's like super, you know, pro whatever stuff, you know. So, yeah, I didn't really care much for, though I watched it all the way through because I like to do that with shows that I've started watching that I think have
Murdoch
potential.
says,
But
she is pro Angus.
yeah, she's like totally, you know, in the world there and would probably hurt some people. Who knows? But the show itself, in my opinion, it fell
Arcana
fell
Loath
hard.
says, good to know you can do adult films and still star on the CW as a plan B.
It's a plan B.
Surreal_claps says, Beef Queen?
Yeah, she's got a past, and that has like scarred her or whatever. So she's like super pro this and that, and you know, can get angry quickly, kind of thing, from what I hear. My whole thing, though, okay, if you've never watched Supergirl, the show, to the very end of it, I'm gonna spoil that because there's no need to like not spoil it. She tells the whole world who she is. Like she like says, I'm Kara Danvers and I'm Supergirl kind of situation. Has an interview with Cat Grant or whatever on the Cat Grant channel in universe thing. So everyone knows that Kara Danvers, who is Clark Kent's cousin, is Supergirl. But yet, they don't know that Clark Kent is Superman. Even though they're blood related. Whoops. You know? That one kind of backfired. They should have just left it alone. And they're supposed to be like in the Superman and Lois show that's out there now. They're supposed to have Melissa Benoist like guest star at some point in the future as Kara Danvers / Supergirl. You know, and even Grant Gustin, the Flash, is supposed to come on there at least once or so like that too. Not a crossover thing, but actually
Murdoch
just starring.
says, okay, back to Star Wars. I loved the show for the most part. At the end we really see how Anakin is Vader now completely when he says, I killed Anakin. It was nice to see Obi-Wan be the badass he was, putting Vader in his place.
Right?
I actually felt bad for Vader, lol.
I've always kind of felt bad for Vader. You know? Vader's he's like the awesome one of all of them, you know, like whenever he would be battling Luke, I'd be like, I want Vader to win. He's just so awesome. And especially like in Rogue One, you know, at the very end of that movie, where he just destroys all of those troopers trying to get, you know, go through there. And I'm thinking, where was this Darth Vader whenever we were watching A New Hope? You know? Because that one just kind of walked around and didn't hardly move his arms. Of course, you know, he's supposed to be older and all that. But it's like, you know, no reason to actually lift anything and move this and that. And, you know, you didn't see a lot of that happening. But now you are, and it's pretty awesome to see it. Because it's always been assumed to me that Darth Vader has this limitation in his shoulders where he can't lift his arms up. He can only, like, bend his elbows and stuff. So that's
Murdoch
why his...
says,
the way
it's difficult to understand that jump he made when killing younglings. Like it happened so quickly, he was confused about things then killing everyone. I dunno, maybe that's realistic.
Yeah, he was, like, swayed into that, you know. Everyone, like, Jedi were kind of, you know, pushing him aside because he wanted to learn shit. So that senator guy who turned out to be the Sith Lord himself, you know. So it's like it was easier to go that
Murdoch
direction.
says, Palpatine.
Palpatine, yeah.
Murdoch says, Palpatine.
Palpatine. Yeah, it's Palpatine, right? That's how it's pronounced, I think. I never really paid much attention.
Surreal _ claps says, you mean Jar Jar Binks, the true Sith Lord. Murdoch says, right.
Jar Jar. Misa. Is there like a picture out there or something of Jar Jar as a Sith? There has to be. My whole thing too, like, alright. If you're thinking about the Metachlorians or whatever, which are supposed to be
Surreal
the
_
things,
claps says, probably.
it's supposed to be like the things that are inside of those who are Jedi or whatever that allow them to use the Force, you know, the Metachlorians or whatever it's called. The more you have, the more power you can have and all that, and, you know, the better you are with the Force. That came really later on, you know, or earlier on, I think in the first 3, not the last 3 that came out
Murdoch
first.
says, I also liked how Vader's mask was failing him and his voice was going in and out. Good job on the audio, I thought.
Yeah, they actually used a computer synthesized version of James Earl Jones' voice. Like they took his voice and they synthesized it to use it.
Surreal _ claps says.
Yeah, it was great. But getting back to the Metachlorian thing, the more you have in your blood and throughout your body and stuff like that, the more in Force you can use and stuff. So as throughout Anakin's life, he's like getting arms chopped off, he's getting legs chopped off. He's barely alive, you know, but yet he's still super powerful even without certain parts of his body. I mean, he can direct the Force, I guess, through his mechanical arm, you know, and Luke can do it too. What's up with that? I mean, I would think that you know, all you had to do is not even have to really worry about your arms. I mean, if they're not real. But I mean, if that's the case, inject a robot with your DNA or something like that, and they'll be able to do the Force. I mean, which I think was it Mandalorian season 1, whenever Grogu was captive, they were like always harvesting his blood or something for some reason. I don't know, you get into the science of Star Wars and you're like, wait, what the hell? And that whole Metachlorians thing, I think, I don't know if like George Lucas originally had that in his mind when he had Star Wars: A New Hope and all that. Like there was actually like microscopic things out there that allowed people to use the Force, like living stuff or whatever.
Arcanoloth says, what in THA hell, Bobby?
What in the hell, Bobby? Yeah. Stuff they don't talk about much. And since like Darth Vader / Anakin had no father at all and was created out of dark side Force magic, you know, from Palpatine or whatever, in birth like Jesus, then that's why he had such a huge concentration of the Force, in which since he had such a high concentration, it kind of passed down to Luke and then Leia. Leia had some.
Says, so what is going to be the next Star Wars?
Who showed me a list? It's supposed to be like 20 or so
Murdoch
shows.
Says, Mandalorian, right?
I think the Mandalorian supposed to come out later this year, like maybe December or something. But they've got like apparently they're going to have one called a droid story. I don't know if it's going to be our droids that we're always used to or just some new stuff, BB-8, who knows. Probably not BB-8, it'll probably be a prequel.
Arcanoloth says, my next question is, can we get Vader to force choke everyone involved in adding lockboxes to games and start over? Just reboot the entire industry?
There you go. Yeah, we can have lockboxes. Lockboxes? But I've always been like more of a fan of, oh my god, of Darth Vader. Like, in Star Wars. I mean, I've got like a Darth Vader helmet that says like I think it says 70 something. Maybe it's 1970 something or either late 80s.
Murdoch says, I hope to see more Vader in other stories because he is kind of the center of the universe for the Imperial forces.
Yeah, they could totally have like another one with him where they're planning like the Death Star, because there's 10 years there.
Says, multiverse female Vader exists and can choke me out anytime, anywhere.
Female Anakin. Anakin? Anakin? Her middle name's Nikin. First name Annie. Anakin. Ew. Did
Murdoch
I do that?
Says, Anakin.
Anakin?
Surreal_claps says, still afraid of sand. Surreal_claps says, Annie.
Anakin, yeah. Annie. Where, okay, Luke and Leia would still exist, but it would be like a, whenever Annie was, pregnant or something, and she had a tragedy happen to her, and they had to put her out to deliver the babies, but they thought it best like to not tell her that they lived or not. So she went on without them and became Darth Vader, Let's go to Kevin Smith and see what he has to say. Because, he had that Superman thing about Lex actually being from Krypton. So he can totally make something up. He can ruin that for us. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, guest starring He-Man in his own show. Kind of like they did Boba Fett. Well, you haven't seen Boba Fett though. Wait. I don't know. Can't remember. Murdoch, did you say you haven't seen Boba Fett? Or who hasn't seen Boba Fett? I am Boba Fett. Alright, man. Shit. Fuck. Do you know who I am? I am Boba Fett. Okay, man. Shit.
Murdoch says, I've seen them all.
Oh, okay. I thought one of y'all said that you hadn't seen it yet. But I mean, because they had those episodes where like he wasn't in one at all, and then he was like cameoed in his own show, and but then again, he was in Mandalorian too. But other than
Arcanoloth says, when asked who made puppies on the floor, the pet rabbit said, relax, is just Boba.
Just Boba? I am Boba Fett. Boom, boom, boom. I need to go back and like take those audio samples or something like that. Just like introduces himself. Yeah, okay, man. Sure. This is my armor. Alright, dude. Whatever, man. I wonder how the guy like that actually did the original voice of Boba Fett in the first 3 Star Wars movies that back in the 70s, 80s, and stuff. I wonder how he felt whenever they overdubbed his voice with the other guy, and said, "Okay, this is it. This is official." And be like, "Well, fuck you too, then." It's almost like the guy that played the original Darth Vader said the lines and everything too. But then they dubbed over his voice with James Earl Jones. I mean, how would that make you feel,
Murdoch says, I'll never get over the colored mopeds in Boba Fett. Was like, WTF is this shit?
Yeah, I didn't like that either. That was a little too much, But then again, it may be a side of Star Wars we've never really seen much of. I mean, you think of it like, what was it, Episode 2 with Anakin and Obi-Wan, and there's like this city and everything all colorful, neonish and all that kind of stuff, But you never see it. You always actually just see the outskirts of places and things, so it can actually exist in that universe. We just don't see it,
Murdoch says, just watch the originals to know it's Lame.
Lame? Which originals? Which set? There's like 10 different versions out there. The originals, or the originals, or the other originals that they like bring in. What is it? Jabba the Hutt, and like episode 1 or episode 4, and he's like skinnier or not much of a flabby person or thing or whatever, and
Murdoch
Han
says,
steps on him.
I mean New Hope and Strikes Back.
Like the originals before they like edited all that shit and added things to it. Like the one we all kind of grew up watching. You know, before Lucas was like, okay, I wanna change the audio and make it better. I wanna do that. Oh, can we add a little animal running across the horizon there? Yeah, I wanna do that. Yeah. Goes into the editing booth. Guy comes out. He's a skeleton because George Lucas kept him in there so long making changes. He was waiting for the technology to catch up before he ever like started doing all that stuff. Apparently, he had ideas about like Jar Jar
Murdoch
Binks.
says, even with the digital add-ins is fine. The colored mopeds was all Disney, like a fucking go see Disney on vacation and ride a moped.
Oh, they're probably going to definitely have those in there somewhere. Yeah, that to me took me out of the universe, you know, if you know what I'm talking about. Like whenever you watch something like that, you expect it to be more so what you see. And then him hiring these punk kids or whatever that's trying to hustle some guy about water, and they're driving these things and they've got these implants and stuff, and you're like, seriously, you know? The fuck?
Murdoch says, exactly.
Yeah. What's up with the implant thing? I mean,
Murdoch says, wasn't blended in enough.
But then again, you know, I would go and like ask George Lucas and say, hey, is this your canon? You know, is this canon in your universe? Because in my opinion, there's George Lucas's Star Wars, and then there's Disney's Star Wars. Lucas's is the one that I like. Disney's is the one that they just keep hammering and like throwing, milking and whatnot. Man, I think it's kind of cool.
Says, and maybe there is young Lucas and old Lucas, I don't know.
Right. Well, you know, like Jon Favreau, whenever he did The Mandalorian and stuff, he actually had Lucas on set to get ideas from and to show him this and that and to get his input about. You know, because he was so passionate about Lucas's Star Wars, he wanted to make something close to Lucas for The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian kicked it out of the park. Grogu helped, though.
Murdoch says, yeah, that one was a Rodriguez one.
It all depends on, like, producers, executive producers, and what Disney wants and what they don't want, and just things, little factors and stuff that make the shows what we want them to be. They'll have good fan services, and sometimes they won't. And since George Lucas no longer owns Star Wars, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But there's like a panel out there of all the shows that are eventually going to come out. You know, for Star Wars universe type stuff or whatever. And yeah. One is like, what is it? Andor or something, or Rogue something else.
Murdoch says, like to Rodriguez, it was a chance to make a West Side Story version of Star Wars from his point of view. If I want to watch West Side Story, I will watch that, or would rather watch Westworld, which is out now, I think.
Westworld, is it back out again, or I thought it was over for good. Of course, Westworld stopped being Westworld like after the second season. turned into like something else. It's almost like, for those that watched Smallville back in the day, it's like around season 7/8 or so, or maybe even 6,
Murdoch
when they
says,
left
the new
Smallville.
advertisements suggest it's another season. Anyone confirm this?
Oh, if so, dude, that'd be awesome, because I do like Westworld. I like a look. I like what you need to do. Do. And there's a lot of stuff they can probably do in Westworld. I mean, I like the opening credits of Westworld. That's pretty sweet shit. Alright, I guess we'll go over there to the city and get some more credits. Boo-ba-doo, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Boom, 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 boom. The piano sound, I love it.
Murdoch says, Westworld Season 4 airs exclusively on HBO and HBO Max starting Sunday, June 26, 2022.
Oh, cool. So that's like today. That means it came out, probably dropped on there last night then. Or this morning. This past morning. So it's out there to watch then. That's pretty cool. I'm probably gonna do a recap. Hell, season 4. So I think, yeah, season 3. What happened in the city, and it was what's her name running around doing stuff and having multiple versions of herself that looked different. Evil Jezebel or whatever her name was. I don't remember. I like the whole idea of it being one of those fun park type things, you know, because I know when I was a kid, they had an amusement park around the city that's near where I'm at, and they had those little robotic type, you know, figure things or whatever, and it's always kind of freaky, you know, but that's kind of what Westworld reminds me of. Is one of those little creepy things, but they've gotten it more real. You know, I liked in the first season when Anthony Hopkins was in it, and he was talking to one of his first creations that was more mechanical and had that little like glitch twitch thing that it was doing. And that whole thing like about we don't know who's like talking to who about what thing, you know, like the dude that's talking to what's her name? I cannot remember fucking names for shit. What is it? But whenever they're like talking in the basement, the two, that dude and what's her name? And was it Bert or Robert or Bernard or whatever? But you don't know who's who. Apparently, like, the original guy that was talking to her is dead, and Anthony Hopkins' character recreated him as a Westworld thing, and he didn't know what was going on at the time or whatever. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I like the idea of it, and that can be like a reality one day. Hell, it's getting there pretty close. I recently had an episode of Blacklist kind of like that in a way. Sort of. It was robotic sex dogs. Not dogs. Dolls. That were like so human, but it was played by an actual actress, you know. And they killed their people that they were with. Blacklist is pretty awesome. It's got James Spader, you know, and if you've not watched it, I do recommend it. At least watch the first season and see what your take is on it if you haven't
Murdoch
watched it.
says, I didn't finish the first episode of The Old Man but saw the part when that guy breaks in. Pretty intense.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges. Dude, watch the rest of it. It's pretty interesting. Because, you know, the title of it being The Old Man, you're thinking, okay, it's an old man or whatever, and he's got dogs or something like that. And then it gets more involved, you know. I mean, little spoilerage there. At the beginning of it, you think he's getting
Murdoch
up
says,
and,
no spoilers.
well, yeah, but, you know, you've seen the beginning part, like, you know, the opening sequence, where he constantly gets up and you see him going to the bathroom or whatever, and you think he's peeing all the time and whatnot. And then you see something else happening, and, you know. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I like it.
Murdoch says, yet.
That doctor guy was somewhat of a prick, but other than that, that's how they treat old people, I guess. I don't know. The Dude, man. Jeff Bridges can totally do The Dude again. I'd watch it. Yeah. The Dude, man. I'm the Dude. But it gets more involved, interesting, and thought-provoking. And it's only like, I think, 6 or 7 episodes itself, from what I think or gathered. And they've had 3 of them out, so there's maybe like 4 left. They did that whole drop thing where they made, like, had 2 come out first. Like you know, they've been starting to do with a lot of shows. And who knows if they have any, like, second seasons planned for any of it. I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched The Time Traveler's Wife, the movie, or knew about the book. I don't fucking read, so I don't know any damn thing about the book. But since, like, Just Call Me Core was talking about, like, that, and he said that Stephen Moffat made a TV series, so that's what he's been watching. So I thought, oh, if Stephen Moffat's making a TV series about it, I'm watching that, because Stephen Moffat's awesome. And
Murdoch says, because I cancelled my Disney, I went over to Doctor Strange and didn't finish that. I got tired of it. Just goes around in circles, portals, universes, and bullshit. I dunno.
have you ever watched the What If Marvel little series they came out with? You need to watch that, I would say, before watching all of Doctor Strange. But it is what it is. It's a multiverse of madness. And that's exactly what you're seeing.
Murdoch says, and I like sci-fi, just don't think it's that good.
Well, this is like, what, phase 154 of Marvel or whatever? You know? Yeah, a lot of people talking about a letdown of how it was, though. But I watched it because, you know, Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange. But the what if, I would recommend watching that before you watch the rest of everything else. And if you haven't seen it, you know, WandaVision, of course. Which I can't remember if you've seen it or not. I'm sorry if you have and I've
Murdoch
forgotten.
says, I like the actor. I've seen the others.
Okay. Yeah, Cumberbatch. Yeah. Cucumber Batch. He played Khan in the newest, you know, the new version of Star Trek movies. And I think, what was it, Jekyll and Hyde mini or series that got canceled over in the BBC, which was pretty good too. I like watching BBC stuff or shows and things. Hell, I watched all of the original Doctor Who. You know, there's an archive site out there where you can actually download and watch the shows from there and not steal them or whatever. If you've never seen Doctor Who, I recommend watching that
Surreal
shit.
_claps says, BBC stuff FZTV Kappa.
BBC stuff. I mean, I'm liking the fact that Russell T Davies is coming back to run Doctor Who. Maybe he'll fix it. Chris Chinball's out there. I liked the first few episodes of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. I think she did a good job of what she was given. That's awesome. I don't mind a doctor being a female. No. The only problem I have is the stories and how they're created and put together. Don't try to change Doctor Who lore that much. Sure, add a little here or there type stuff to it, but not the whole damn thing. Rewrite situation. Where just when you thought you knew everything, boom, you didn't. But because even Stephen Moffat knew the Doctor's real name. I don't know if he. But yeah, Mr. Bean. If you've never seen Bean, not the movie, but his little mini episodes or whatever before that, they're funny to watch, in my opinion. Monty Python, there's that. What I call BBC stuff is like British television. Which The Office was over there first before it was over here. Same type version and everything. It's just different actors and, stuff. And even, like, produced and everything by Ricky Gervais, I think, at first. There's some stuff to listen to, too. Ricky Gervais and, damn it, what's his name? Shit. I can't think. They had like a podcast or something like that, the Ricky Gervais show, and they had what's his name? Damn it! Shit, I can't think. I'm too focused on this game, I guess. I don't know. No, it's actually my brain is falling apart. It's fracturing into multiverses of madness itself. Carl Pilkington, that's what his name was. He was like this executive producer guy or whatever in the booth, and he had these wild things that he would talk about all the time and was serious about, thinking he knew exactly what the answers to a lot of questions were and stuff. So Ricky put him on the podcast and asked him over the podcast, and it just became this phenomenal sensation of Carl Pilkington just having bullshit that he thinks is true, and it would make Ricky laugh so damn much. I thought he was like gonna fall over dead,
Murdoch says, what did you think of the movie Inception?
Inception was okay, going into dreams, then from inside dreams going inside dreams. I mean, I did not have a problem with it. It focused on dreaming, and it's kind of a true little, thing. Anything can happen in a dream. That's all I got out of it, though. I don't know what the hell happened in the movie, what they were actually looking for, but, inceptioning into a dream within a dream. You'd have to first know that you're actually in a dream first.
Surreal_claps says, does phone data have a reset loop or something? My phone's data cut out for maybe 3 or 4 seconds at exactly midnight and reset my Twitch too.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't have a smartphone. Even though we sell them at the store, I have no fucking clue. I've used smartphones for certain things, but I do not have one to have completely investigated the whole thing. I've dismantled a few of them before, fixed a few of them before, but as far as like
Murdoch
data
says,
plans, I have no
idea. I liked
idea.
it. There was suspense. Doctor Strange with the lady and the girl and the blah blah blah. Meh, they might as well fall into the Matrix and Doctor Strange turns into a penis tentacle.
He turned into paint. Yeah. Yeah, watch the What If. Marvel's What If is pretty damn good.
Surreal_claps says, LMAO.
Yeah, I highly recommend that. What If. I mean, that's how you watch Captain Carter. Lieutenant Dan was always getting these funny feelings about a rock or a trail or the road, so he'd tell us to get down, shut up. Get down, shut up. So we did. New legs, new legs! Yeah, the suspense of Inception at the very end of it, was he dreaming or was he, like, awake? Ooh. Well, duh, he was in a dream. That's my opinion. Man, I like the idea of going into dreams and you know, being aware you're in there and being able to control things. And the whole idea, like, if you fixate on something so much inside the dream, you
Murdoch
get stuck in
says,
it.
"It was a solid movie, kept me on the edge of my seat."
Well, if you only have an inch of seat anyway, then you have to sit on the edge. Kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm not. Don't be mad. um, yeah, you know, the overall thing, yes, I did like it. I just don't remember what the fuck it was about. It was some Asian guy or something was after him for some reason or something like that. But other than that, I can't remember what the fuck happened. I know that he went inside of a dream, inside of a dream, inside of a dream, and got old inside of that other dream because the time was different and stuff. But other than that, I don't remember. What's that other movie he was in, Leonardo DiCaprio, where he was like at some asylum, castle asylum or something, and thought he was an inspector or detective or something. Turned out he was like one of the inmates or something. I can't remember the name of that one.
Murdoch says, "Oh yeah." Surreal_claps says, "Shutter Island."
Shutter Island, yeah.
Murdoch says, "I remember that one." Murdoch says, "Shutter Island."
Yeah. I mean, when I didn't have the internet, I finally, like, you know, I have the movie, the one where he fights with the bear, whatever that's called. Starts with an R. Damn, I can't remember shit. Receptacles Gone Wild.
Murdoch says, "Also good."
The Revenant.
Surreal_claps says, "Revenant."
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio's been in a lot of good movies over the years. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? He played Arnie. Gilbert, I could have drowned it. Gilbert, I could have drowned it. Say, where's Arnie?
Murdoch
You can't
says,
find me.
"The first one I saw by him was Romeo."
Romeo. Wasn't he in some TV show? Was it Roseanne or something? Whenever he was really young? Way back in the day. He played like a friend to somebody. I can't remember. Just tell Arnie to get out of that damn tree. Bye, you get out that damn tree, son. I have yet to watch, what is that one? It's got, is it Margot Kidder, or is that, whoever played,
Surreal_claps
Yeah.
says, "I saw him in Titanic my first time."
That's a damn good movie. I like Titanic. There was enough room on that damn door/raft. I swear to God. He did not have to die. He did not have to die. Jack didn't have to die.
Murdoch says, "He also did the Howard Hughes movie."
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I don't see what's wrong with peeing in a jar and keeping it. I mean,
Murdoch says, "The guy afraid of germs that made the goose."
yeah. I mean,
Surreal_claps says, "Favorite bit was the band still going ham as the ship was actively dipping into the ocean."
oh yeah.
Merkim says, "Mythbusters tested the Titanic door." Jamie and Adam both got on. There was totally room.
Oh yeah.
Merkim says, "Pride high."
Mr. Guy MM, hello. Yeah, I remember that. They did, and he could have totally like lived. But then, you know, I guess the movie wouldn't be that dramatic then if he lived. He sacrificed himself so that she'd live twice. I've got Titanic on VHS. It took up 2 tapes. I remember whenever you like in the middle of watching the
Merkim
first one, it'd
says,
go off.
"He had plot anti-armor."
Plot anti-armor. He sank, son. Man, the history of the Titanic is something else, you know. Think of all those people that didn't have to die. They had fair warning about icebergs and everything, and there was something like, about a dark spot in the area in which the Titanic got hit was more like vulnerable because it had caught fire prior to launching, and it weakened the hull in that area. So it should have actually been able to withstand an iceberg hit, but it just so happened to hit that one particular spot that was more fragile than the rest of the ship because of that fire.
Murdoch says, well, not looking forward to another week, maybe it will be better after Tuesday. Gonna watch The Old Man now. I will get Westworld after half of the episodes are out. Night P.
Night, dude.
Murdoch says, Peace XBORG Juent Kek.
Jolon true to you too, man. Yeah. After Tuesday. Yeah, that's right, because you get up like early for Monday morning. That's right. I hate mornings. They should be outlawed. When I am president, they'll be outlawed. There will be no more Monday mornings. Mondays will be taken off the scheduled week. We'll only have a double Tuesday. Or a double Sunday, a 3-day weekend. Sunday will last for 48 hours. There isn't. I hereby demand it. If anyone has a case of the Mondays, then that's their own damn
Surreal
fault.
_claps says, Night, take it easy fella at Murdoch's.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own ass drive you crazy. But what I was getting at with the whole Stephen Moffat thing, I mean, anything that dude produces and stuff like that, it's pretty awesome. Because when he did Doctor Who, it was with shit. What was the fuck his name? I cannot think of names for some reason. What the fuck? Matt Smith and Karen Gillan. And he had good success with all of those episodes. And that was like the longest lasting Doctor of the new set, of Doctor Who since it started in 2005. And that was pretty damn awesome, And he's the one responsible for this 6-episode little series or whatever of The Time Traveler's Wife, which I've been watching because it was recommended or it's spoken about by Core, and he's always picked some good shows to watch. I liked watching it. Don't know why, it's just awesome. Because I remember watching the movie. Yeah. It feels there's like a lot of stuff out there I haven't watched yet or forgot about. That's why I got the watch list there in the Discord. And I do look through it. I look through what's there. A lot of the stuff. I may not comment on things, but I do look at stuff. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I have to send a message off to my manager about that ice cream lady. I'm supposed to tell her about it before tomorrow, so at least she thinks she's in the loop or something. I don't know. It starts with one thing. Man, it has been so hot around here, and today a cool front came in and made everything feel better.
Oh me, oh my, sweet baby said goodbye. Oh my, oh my, sweet baby said goodbye. Oh no, on else.
Yeah, I'm thinking of watching the last episode of Time Traveler's Wife tonight before I go to bed, because I do have to go to work tomorrow.
Merkim says, AFKBRB, gotta help my roommate a moment.
Alrighty, no problem. I mean, I'll steer by here. Yeah. I don't know if there can be like another, another season or / series of it, as they like to call them over there in BBC land. BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, BBC Four, BBC Five, BBC Six, BBC Seven, BBC Heaven. Mrs. Williams, Betty Tay, left to me. Put on the telly to the BBC. So I cannot forget to send my manager a message on Facebook after I get through streaming. I have to remember that. Puts a post-it on forehead and looks in mirror. Ah, damn it! I didn't do the thing or something. Oh, I didn't do the thing or something. And one day when I have the time, I'm gonna rewatch Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe and take audio samples out of that for reasons. Since I play it over my computer, you can record sound while you're on your computer, so I'm gonna record. Oh, 2 more minutes. Okay, I gotta find some stuff to kill. Wait, no, I gotta make sure they're unconscious. There is no killing in this game, only making people unconscious. Mrs. Williams. I shot you with my pistol, mister. Flanking damage was detected. Do 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 bing. Dun. You're shooting at me through solid objects again, you piece of shit. That's Pewter Schmidt. Gonna kill and help. It's like, I don't care if I'm not in range. I'm gonna shoot anyway, damn it. Damn it. Where are we at now? Minute 20. 33. I could probably get 40. I can probably put the Doom guy down there at the bottom. Where he'll pop up and look around and stuff. Wouldn't that be funny? It totally made the Doom guy animate in Halo when they said it couldn't happen. Whenever I was creating the Stargate map and stuff, I went around to the official Halo Maps website where people who make the professional type maps and all this kind of bullshit, even people from Bungie were there and talking about map making and stuff. And I asked the question, I said, can there be animated images and stuff on there, And they said, no, it's impossible. You can't do that. There's no animated stuff or whatever in the game, images and stuff. And I said, well, there's the consoles that do this, consoles that do that. What about those? And they said, well, that's not an animation or something. It's like, oh, okay. So I go through all the files and stuff and start working with a little thing here and there and some of the scripting for Halo, and I came across a way to make animated images and stuff like that. Because all it used, it was like a damn it, let me see. Okay. It would use movement in a way, like an image texture, like for the water ripple effect. It would have it like go from the X coordinate to the Y coordinate, a little bit of Z or whatever, and it would like shift over, and then over like that, so it would kind of look like an overlay of water. So I thought, well, what if I could just take that and make it go one direction? So I did, and I was like, okay, well, at least it's cycling through different images, even though the images are just rolling by like a scroll where you see in between the image, you see two at a time or whatever. So I said, is there a way to advance this to the next one in under a second? And I did it with some calculating and whatnot and tricking the system into doing certain things, and finally came across a way to make animated textures in Halo maps, in which I used that in my Doom map for the Doom guy on the wall, changing his face and all that kind of stuff. The Stargate map I made, and the dialing program sitting there like flashing and stuff. But I like it whenever people say you can't do that, and I do it. It's like when I was working on my Volkswagen, and I needed to put on, what was it at the time? I can't remember what it was. But they told me I'd have to take the engine out of the bay in order to put some part on that needed to be replaced. And I said, well, can it be done without it? And they said, no, it's impossible. I said,
Rikim
okay.
says, I'm back.
Welcome back. So I said, okay, well, all right, let's see what happens. So I spent like about 2 hours one night installing a part, or taking the old one out and installing the new one without removing the engine.
Rikim says, are you old enough to have seen You Can't Do That on television?
Dun, dun, dun. I'm 43 years old. So I don't know if that's old enough or not. Did I watch it? Probably as a kid if it were on during that, but I don't remember a damn thing about it. I'm what you call retarded.
Rikim says, so yes, if you ever had Nickelodeon.
Never had Nickelodeon though. That's the thing. We had it in the late 90s when we had our satellite dish. Or no, wait. The satellite dish wouldn't pick up that Galaxy, so we couldn't get it. So because we had the rotating dish. We did have cable for a short while, but I would watch Nickelodeon at other people's houses that had it, like the shop till you drop thing or whatever they'd have, and the little families versus each other and get slime shit that was always going on. But I may have caught a little bit of those shows and not knowing what they were back then, but I did not have actively
Rikim says,
the channel.
90s would have been after You Can't, went of the air anyway.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't have any access to Nickelodeon in the 80s. Dun, 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 dun. You can't do that on TV.
Rikim says, well, late 90s. I think it ended in like 92 or something.
Or something. I've seen like clips of it, I think, on YouTube though, and even Family Guy had like the little thing that popped up on there one time for their little cutaways.
Rikim says, it was sort of a kid's version of Kids in the Hall or Mad TV.
That sounds familiar. It does sound familiar. There's one show that I swear came on Fox years and years ago. Fox TV, television, whatever. It was like Mad TV. It was like In Living Color, like Saturday Night Live, but it wasn't. But it came on Fox, and I cannot remember what the hell that was called, because they'd have segments on there that was like what Stephen King is doing right this second. And they would show somebody like laughing like a maniac on a typewriter going, whatever, And I can't remember exactly.
Rikim says, The Edge.
Maybe.
Rikim says, I think is the show.
It could have been that.
Rikim says, yeah, I loved that show.
But they would have it was like mini skits or something, not like a full-fledged like hours or something like that, like, Saturday Night Live or anything. What What am I doing? Jim Hadar Kirok. Let me look that up real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Damn it. Yes, yes.
Merkim says, The Edge had a series of spoof commercial featuring a fake brand name Spashak or something like that.
I'm looking at the cast, and yeah, it's the guy that played Newman was in that, and I remember it now because he was the guy laughing at the typewriter. Yeah, it only ran for one year or one season. Wow. I'm gonna have to look up some of the episodes of that. Huh, that came right to your head. That's pretty awesome. I just remember him like
Merkim says, yeah, always wished that show had gone on longer.
They usually do away with good shows. I mean, like, like Firefly, for instance, only had like 13 episodes. They aired like, what, 10 of them? That was it? I always thought that'd be kind of cool. Then they had Serenity, of course, to, make up for wanting fans, pleasing them and all that kind of stuff. But I wish they had more of that. I really enjoyed watching that Firefly. I always thought, like, if I were like a billionaire or something, I'd make a television station, and if I thought episodes or shows that I liked, or the idea of shows that I liked would be good, I'd put them on there and have it in there to where no cancellation by the network. The only way the show would end
Merkim
is
says,
if
I remember right, they killed the cast at the end of every show. By the end of that first season, they were just trying to get out of one episode alive. They fled into the alley behind the studio, and got creamed by a semi-leg gloltz.
But yeah, I would put in like a contract thing, like the channel or whatever wouldn't kill the show, executive whatever would not. The only way the show would end is if the actors all agreed that it would be over, or the show creator would want it to be over. But it's like rating wise, I wouldn't even bother with it if I were like a billionaire. I'd throw money at something just to see it. At least that was my like little idea in my head when I was like growing up and stuff, Because I always got tired of watching the Sci-Fi Channel and stuff, and you'd see series on there that you would like, and then all of a sudden, bam, they're canceled. You're like, what the fuck, Oh, the ratings were low, so they started to kill the show. But the show would have had so much potential. At least give a show syndication time. Like enough episodes so they can go into syndication.
Yeah, lots of potentially good shows get cancelled because they don't have hit ratings from episode 1.
And I always thought too that once you maximize the audience for some show or something, you can't go above that even though they want you to, so there's no way to increase ratings. It's the same as like in sales at the company that I work at or whatever. Every year they want you to do 25% or greater sales than the previous year. And I'm like, there's no way you can force people to buy shit, to meet your expectations. They only, one time, which I've talked about it before, so I work in retail, Dollar General, and one year this family's house burned, and the community raised $3,000 to help them buy new stuff or whatever, to put in this house that they were in now or whatever. And they bought all that stuff at our store. Well, the next year comes around on that same day, and our sales weren't as great. So Dollar General gets all pissed off, and they send message down like to our district manager, and he's like, what's the deal with the sales this year? Why are they so low? You know, this is gonna like be a red flag on your store. And we're like, because someone's house burned down last year, and that's how we had all the sales. They said, well, you didn't meet or exceed like last year's sales, so you know that's bad or whatever. And we're like, what the hell you want us to do? Go around and burn the neighborhood down? The fuck? Shit. It's all about this damn money, you bastards. My God. Oh, there's like rat turds and stuff being found in all of our stuff that's coming in too, so they're not going to talk about that. Oh, 2 of them. That's nice. Okay. Or something. I mean, first it was like Family Dollar a few months back that was having the rat problem.
Merkim says, okay, boss. Message received. Corporate arson will commence shortly. Dark mode.
Right. We're going to hire a bunch of arsonists. Yeah, we're going to burn down your house because, you know, you just need to get up enough monies to have it so we can have it bought at our place, you know. That's something. I'm going to send out the boys to take care of the job. You know, if you don't want this to happen or something like that, you're going to, you know, you can always give us like $2,000 or $3,000. Protection money. Run off snapping their fingers as they exit and go in their vehicle and drive away. There's been so many things like that over the years, though. It's insanity. We even had it, what was it, one year the power had gone out on a certain day.
Says, or the tough guys come around. Nice place you got here. Be a shame if it didn't burn down.
Right. It's not a promise, I'm just saying, you know. But one day I was working with the manager, and early that morning, it was like maybe 11 or almost maybe noon, the power went out because of I think a car had hit one of the telephone poles or power pole or whatever, because why do they call it telephone anymore? And knocked the power out. Or was it? No. There was a truck that pulled into a location and it didn't clear something right, and it knocked the power line down. Well, we couldn't do any sales, so we closed the store and just kept working the rest of the shift, and the power didn't come back on until maybe 6 or so that evening / night. So we were out of sales for like maybe 6 hours. Well, the next day, old corporate office gets on there and says, hey, what happened? Why are your sales so low? Like, well, we lost power. Like, well, that doesn't answer the question. You know, like, the fuck? Yes, it does. How are we supposed to do any sales? And then they were so bold as to say, well, you should have, like, let everybody come in there and then wrote down on paper or whatever, like, what they bought, and they could have paid with cash, or, you know, they throw all this junk at you, when in their own, like, little policies and stuff, it says what to do in case of this or that or whatever, which is to shut the damn thing and get people out of it. It's so stupid, you know. Contradicts itself all the damn time. But that was years and years ago. I don't know if it's changed or not now. I just always thought it was stupid. Be getting some sort of a phone call over bullshit. Stuff that we had no control of. We have like a literacy donation thing because the guy that created Dollar General only had a 3rd grade education and didn't know how to read. So they have the literacy program where if you want to, you can donate money to the literacy to help people go to college or some shit like that. Whatever they say it is. I don't know if it's true or not, but you know. But if we don't, or at the time, if we didn't get so many people donating, they would question us as to what we're not doing to get these donations. And my response was always, well, you can't force people to donate. I mean, you can ask them all you want to, but they're going to say no. And whenever you keep asking them over and over, they get annoyed by that. So to avoid the annoyance, don't bother asking if you know what the answer is going to be. And they say, well, that's not a way to be. You should be asking. I'm like, you shut the fuck up, you motherfucker. And so they would constantly be on our asses about like getting donations for shit. And I was thinking to myself, what do you want us to do? Like go to their house and get money, put them at gunpoint or some shit? What the fuck? It's the same with these damn surveys they'd always make us force people to try to take. At the end of every receipt, it would print out this survey thing where you go and get on your phone or your computer at home and like put the information in about like where you were and like what store you went to, if they greeted you or not, and all this kind of bullshit, and if you found what you were looking for, if you were helped, or that kind of thing. And if we wouldn't get about maybe 10 plus per each person that worked at the store once a week, they would get us on a conference call and chew our ass out because of it. And I always thought to myself, again, what are we going to do, go home and put a gun to their head and tell them to do a survey? The fuck? Who gives a shit? And whenever they had, they come out with that DG pickup thing, where people, they copied Walmart or whatever. That's what they do. They steal people's ideas and use them. Where, you make an order online, and we go around, gather the shit up or whatever, and you pay for it, and then you come, like, to the store to pick it up. We either take it out to you or you come and get it, whatever you want to do, which no one really cares to do anymore anyway. They don't order. But anyway, what was I getting at with that? Shit. I lost track of thought thinking about it too much. Damn, fuck shit. But, oh, yeah. Well, they had it where it had a survey question. It says, do you know about the DG pickup service? If you selected yes, it would ask you if you used it. If you said no, it would have in bold text and cap locks, why haven't you used our DG pickup service? And have like a thing under there where you're supposed to choose an like a multiple choice answer. And I always thought, my God, what the hell crawled up their ass, But if you put down there that you didn't know about it, then it would have like a little polite thing saying, oh, Dollar General has this DG pickup service, that blah, 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 blah. But it was in bold. It was so funny. They got rid of that pretty quick. So.
Merkim says, you fool. Use the dang pickup.
But it was so stupid. Even the thing itself was stupid. The only people like, because of like around COVID time and all that, people didn't want to like come in, which we didn't have a problem. It would, if we didn't have the thing, we would put down that we didn't have it, so the person would be notified and all that kind of stuff. The only problem with it was, if you were the only person working, and you had like a line of people checked out at the register, and within like this 10 to 20 minute window, you're supposed to get all this stuff together for this one person to complete this order. How do you do that if you can't get out there to pick all their stuff up for them, and put it through the handheld processing and computer and all that? It was impossible. There's no excuse for that, though. You're supposed to be better. Well, work harder, damn it. Fuck. You ain't broke an ankle yet? You're still moving, ain't you? The fuck? Son of a bitch. It would just always pick us off. So there's very like, maybe, I'd say every third month or so, somebody will use the pickup service. And that's it. I mean, the one person that used it whenever I was the one, like, they had to go around and gather the stuff up and get it ready and say, okay, it's ready for you to come pick up. They came and they said, oh, yeah, that's mine. I wanted to do a pickup. I said, but I'm still going to shop, though. So they just leave the bag there and they go around just shopping, grab a shopping cart and keep going. I'm thinking, what's the point? I mean, if you're going to shop anyway, why even bother with this pickup thing? It didn't make any damn sense. It took me like 20 minutes to get your shit and put it in this like little area over here, you know, and put it through the system and, you know, have to worry about everybody else. And you're just going to shop anyway. It defeats the purpose. But I digress, I swear. I'm lucky that barely anybody uses this shit. That's only if our handheld's working. It prompts us. It has this alarm that goes off that lets us know that someone's wanting to do a pickup thing or whatever. The only problem is if the handheld's damaged, it won't go off, so nobody knows. Or one time they did like a handheld update and it disabled the alarms accidentally, so nobody knew what the hell was going to happen. You had to pick up the thing and look manually all day long. You already have to do a cooler check like 3 times a day anyway for bullshit. Make sure the temperature's right. That ice cream cooler that went out yesterday is steady at 103 degrees on the inside. It's like it's stuck in a defrost because it's like it wants to cut off for defrosting or whatever, but then it kicks right back on again and it constantly keeps defrosting, so it raises the temperature up on the inside. That's another thing I have to make sure that I send my manager a message about, that it's still running like that. But it's amazing. You put your hand up there on the glass and it's damn hot. Kept telling everybody, said, hey, we got an oven here now, you know. They said, really? I said, yeah, it's back over there. It's where the ice cream used to be. Said, what are you talking about? I said, well, if you want us to cook you a hot dog or something, we'll put it in there. I mean, it's got the little grates and everything. Like a little grill grate, you know, the lines. And they just give me a look. Like, what the hell are you on? What are you talking about? Yeah. But it's true. It's hot. You open the damn thing, and it's like a gust of hot air blowing in your face. Used to, it would do that vacuum thing, you know, whenever you shut something that's like frozen, and you try to open it immediately back up, it would do a vacuum to where it would be sealed and you couldn't move it, you know. But now you can just open that thing easy. You know? Even the little like the little signs and stuff on the outside of it are popping off of it because it's so damn hot. The little suction cup signs. The one that is like in the floor now because it just got so damn hot. Which it's so crazy, right? Like we have a spare milk cooler in our back room that's for the excess milk and, you know, just regular cold foods that are overstocked that we put out during the week before we get our another truck or whatever for that. And one time they put the damaged milk in there because that's Dollar General wants the damaged milk back for some reason. Okay, the out-of-date milk, they want that shit. You got to send that shit back to them. But the milk started freezing in this cooler, and the temperature got down below negative 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're like, what the hell? It's turned itself into a freezer overnight. What the fuck? They had to come and like change some sort of part in there to make it function like a regular cooler again. And now we have one that's heating up too much. It's crazy. So they're like, well, why don't you unplug it? I'm like, how the hell do I get it away from the wall to unplug it? But there is a plug thing down at the bottom. I just didn't touch it or anything like that. I'm sure I'll get in trouble tomorrow because when I did the cooler checks tonight, it showed that the one cooler that I was told that had a ticket put on it because of this, it being 103 degrees in there and not cooling and freezing like it's supposed to, that they were going to come fix it. And if they're going to come fix it and it's out of order, well, we need to mark it as out of order so the stuff that goes in there won't come in when it's not working. So I did the right thing tonight and I marked it as out of order. The last time I did that, I got in trouble even when a cooler was out of order because it stopped sending the stuff that was supposed to go in it, and the manager said, no, you dumbass, kind of, you know, it didn't call me a dumbass, but, you know, condescending or something, I don't know. But I got in trouble for telling it that it was out of order. When it was out of order. No, I don't get talked to like that. I exaggerate a lot of stuff that people say to me or something like that for comedic effect, or do I? But just for fun and ease, I guess. I don't mean anyone any kind of disrespect when I talk about my job. They're kind of funny stories, though. I mean, throughout my lifetime, working in retail, like when I worked at Family Dollar, we would be waiting on our truck to get there to unload it, and because you had to single box unload that shit. They had a roller inside the truck, and they'd run it down. You connect it to your little rolling device, and they would just roll the box down, and you'd take it and you'd put it where it needed to go, on one of the U-boat carts in the back. And one day when we were trying to get ready for it, the manager just kind of sat there and didn't do a damn any kind of work, and just instructed me. And then she said, "Well, I'm not going to do any work because I'm going to have to save my energy after you unload that truck." It's like, but I'm the one unloading the truck. What the hell? You like unload a few boxes and like disappear for like about 30 minutes at a time. And it would take about maybe an hour and a half to unload it if you had two people unloading it, because of how big it was. It's in individual boxes, and they're not boxes that would come down like one after the other either. It would, like, one would come down, and then maybe like a few minutes would pass. Here comes another one. Maybe one or two. They wouldn't be like a steady flow, so that's why it would take a lot longer. There'd be times where you're kind of like standing there for like 10 minutes waiting for the dude to pull it down, But then again, if you looked at the back of the truck, this shit was everywhere. He'd have to like look at each box, see like if it matched the store number, and if it did, send the box down. But they would pile that shit in there and put like a divider up, like a piece of cellophane or something like that to divide the thing, and then it would rip during the middle of transit, and get everything scattered everywhere. So it's so stupid. Dude had to like walk all over shit just to get it out of his truck. I never could figure that shit out. Up until the point you can actually watch a lot of that. Undercover Boss did a special episode, just an episode where they had a Family Dollar on there, and it shows a lot of what we used to do when I worked there at that company. They changed up a lot of stuff after that too, and then that guy got fired. Then Family Dollar went bankrupt. But no, I think they went bankrupt like pretty soon after I had left. But yeah, he started up the pallet jack program for them, which ate a lot of money into the company and stuff. I would say this, though. Whenever I worked at Family Dollar, they at least would give you the money to do stuff. They would let you, give you more money for your store to let it look good, and I have pictures to prove it. I would always be satisfied with everything, and I just take pictures of shit. But now they're Dollar Tree. There's no telling what changed. I noticed too, though, when I went into Family Dollar to shop after Dollar Tree had bought them out years after I had ever worked there was a lot of paper products everywhere. And I'd always been told by a district manager, if you don't have the items to put in a section of shelving, fill it with paper, just to make it look full. So every time you walk around an aisle, if you see paper in a weird spot, that's the reason. And shortly after Family Dollar got bought out by Dollar Tree, that's what I would see everywhere every time I go into one of them. It was really sad. I had gotten the district manager mad at me one time when I worked there. I ventured off on my day off to get shelf parts to build myself an end cap shelving system. Because according to our map of whatever the store, it showed we had one. And I kept on and on to the manager about ordering the shelf parts to put one there, and she said that she'd have to contact the district manager to get approval. Well, she would never do it, you know. And I didn't have time to ask because it was like an idea that I had, and I gave her a week to ask him, because I'm not supposed to. If you go above the manager's head, they think that's a problem, so I would never ask. So she didn't. So I thought, okay, well, I'm off this day or whatever, so I'm going to go around to the other stores and around my area and get some shelf parts. So I did. I put on my red polo shirt. I put on my name tag. I got in my van because I drove a white van. Not one of them kind. It was an okay white van. Not a pedophile looking one. But and I went around to the stores and I said, "Hey, I'm here to get some shelf parts to build an end cap." And they said, "Oh, really? What store?" And I told them what store, and then I shared the district manager's name, and I told them I contact him or whatever like that. And I guess they assumed that they could contact him for verification versus me saying that I was going to ask him or something. So they just let me have the shelf part. And then I was like, okay, well, they were out of this part. So I was like, okay, where's the next store? And she's like, it's over here somewhere, whatever. So I went to that store, got some shelf parts. Went to the next store, got some shelf parts, and drove back and dumped the shelf parts, assembled them later that week. And the manager never noticed that I had done that. And until the district manager came in one day, said, I need to talk to you in the office. I was like, oh shit, what have I done? And he said, I heard that you went around to other stores and gathered up shelf parts. What'd you do with them? And I said, I built that end cap over there, and I pointed at it. He goes, huh. Well, why didn't you contact me for that? And I said, well, I told the manager to contact you. He goes, well, she didn't. I was like, well, I gave her fair notice. I said, I needed to do this. Because why didn't you wait? I said, I didn't have time. We're supposed to have one right there. We needed to have the dog food on it or whatever to make the store look presentable to you. And he's like, well, I'm kind of upset, but at the same time, I'm kind of grateful. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, cool. So he said, but you will be compensated for going to get these shelf parts on your day off. You will get paid for that. And I was like, you don't have to pay me. I voluntarily did that. He kept on and on. Needless to say, they never paid me. They forgot. But I didn't care, I did that on my own time and wasn't supposed to. But it benefited me later on, though, which was very interesting that it did. Because whenever I had got fired from there, the next year, they had a remodel happen at that store. And the remodeling team had a list of all the shelving that was supposed to be in the store when they got there, as far as inventory of the shelves, which I didn't even know they kept up with that shit at the time, but okay, I guess they do. And they showed that there had been certain parts and stuff, that weren't supposed to be there. And in doing so, they're like, okay, well, we can't send these back or whatever, so we'll just set them on the side of the building and let whoever wants them have them. And I just so happened to come around one of those days, and I said, what y'all doing with those shelf parts on the side of the building? And the manager that worked there, that was a different one at the time, said, well, if anybody wants them, we're just going to give them away because we don't need them anymore. And I was like, cool. Can I have them? And she was like, yeah, sure. And at the time, I was driving my sister's 2001 Mustang, and that was all I had as far as putting parts and stuff in there. So I lowered the back seats, opened the trunk, and I started stuffing shit in that car and taking it home and then going back and again and getting more and until I had some parts and stuff, which I still have them now, and I'm looking right at one in front of me. So I inadvertently, I guess, procured these shelf parts, and I did it legally. They gave them to me. So yeah, I mean, if anybody needs some Lozier, which is the brand of shelving, feet for their shelf, I've got like about 8 of those to make a nice little start of a gondola. A few pieces of pegboard, some upright posts and stuff like that. Which it fits perfectly in, for my computer desk here too. It's got pegboard and everything's hanging off of it nicely, and yeah, it's really great. And since I have that Volkswagen and had been working on it, it made for perfect part storage, for shelving. I've even got one of the pusher systems installed. Like if you go into a store and you like go to the deodorant aisle or some other places in the store that would have it, where you pull out one thing and it pushes the next one forward. Those are pusher systems, and I've got a few of those. I've got the old kind, which are pieces of shit, and I've got the newer kind that are used. All given to me, 'cause I earned them.
Oh, we died.
We didn't have our backup, no wonder. But yeah, And of course, there were a few times I dumpster dive a little bit. But, got some pretty good shit out of that. I mean, I'd be back there working on the clock, and district manager was there one day, and he was like, we're going to purge the back room to get you ready for inventory around here. And we're like, okay. So he would come across like peg hooks, scanner hooks that you put your product on, that had maybe like a can of chili may have leaked on it. Instead of washing them off and reusing them, he would say just throw them away. I was thinking, throwing away these perfectly good peg hooks? No. We're going to save these son of a bitches. So as whenever I would be out there throwing them away, I would make sure they were bundled together, like in a box. Still they were all like stained up and nasty and whatever, but they were still together. And then after he left, the manager said, did you save any of those peg hooks? I was like, yeah. And she goes, we'll go get them. And it turned out it was like hundreds of these things, like boxed up and everything. Because we would box them back even though they did have gunk on them and stuff. And they just wanted to throw these things away. These scanner hooks are like, like $2, $3 a piece. So I saved some and I kept some for myself because I told the manager, I was like, well, I got this many. She goes, well, just, you can keep those thrown away or whatever. Keep them, whatever you want to do with them. Okay.
Kim
sure.
says, when I was a little kid I lived down the street from a commercial architecture firm. My sister and I used to dive in their dumpster for discarded blueprints. He used them as fantasy world maps.
That's pretty awesome right there. I love it. That's pretty sweet. Man. That's like an adventure. The dumpster diving, like treasures and things. I can remember like abandoned houses or something like that people would go through and wreck or whatever, but I always found them fascinating just to walk through there and see like what was left over from whoever lived there. And you don't see those anymore though. I mean they tear shit down so fast these days. But and it was like it was like maybe trespassing when you're a kid or like a teenager, like a teen or whatever, but it's fun trespassing. It's not like breaking and entering because the damn door's off of it. I mean, it's like one of those wore down places where people just go to hang out kind of situation. Big piles of clothes just in the middle of the floor that you don't know what's living under there. Heck, you can find all sorts of shit. There's that guy on Ripley's Believe It or Not that would dumpster dive at like fast food places and get napkins and things.
Yet I got up to a fair bit of abandoned property trespassing as a kid leg glolts.
It's adventuring, it's not trespassing. It reminds me of The Stand, or no, not The Stand. What was Stand By Me, the movie? Kind of just an adventure with your friends or something like that. Ride your bicycle to a certain place, maybe like Stranger Things, See the graffiti on the wall? Thanks a lot, Trip. You've trapped us both in here, you dumbass. You son of a bitch. Well, I must say, the shield did actually help, though. So good job, Trip, and you're an asshole, Trip. Okay. Is this like captured or something? Yeah, okay. I'm glad I got that on recorded. NPC puts down a shield and blocks us both and traps us there to get shot at by the enemy. But at the same time, the shield protects us from the shots. So what was the point of that? Would have got out of the way anyway.
Merkim says, positive assholing leg GGZ.
Positive assholing. I've been talking about taking that damn shield away because every time he puts it up, it's in my face or whatever, or he's installing like a mortar behind it that can't fire through the shield. It's hilarious. The NPCs in this game make me laugh so damn much. There's more AI in the Halo game than there is in this game. At least they can pathfind better. There's the damn shield again. What the hell, man? At least you can teach an AI how to drive a warthog or whatever in original Halo when they're not supposed to. The AI doesn't do too bad in this game. It's just it can be fixed, you know. They could totally like clean it up or whatever and figure things out. A little bit of reprogramming here and there. I'm gonna have to make a choice, little guy.
Merkim says, yeah, boffs getting stuck on floor seems fail fish not like this.
There you go, little guy. Yeah, get up around the desk. Yeah, get up on the desk. Come on. There you go. I'm talking to an ant. I ate some Clover Valley beef jerky last night and threw the wrapper in the trash, and I guess it didn't hit right and fell off, and so then there's like an ant near my desk and a few of them running around again. And I don't like to kill things that don't deserve it. I mean, sure they're ants, but they're doing their job, man. You know, they're cleaning up shit. It's the thing, people, you know, they look at them like pests, but no. They're not pests if you yourself, you know, like have them there. I mean, they're there for a reason. If you don't clean up after yourself, they show up and clean up after you. They're like little maids and butlers and shit. That's why I don't mind them. They're not hurting me or anything. There's not like a huge bunches of them or anything like that. Just let them be, you know. That's how my little philosophy is at work. It'd be something like flying around, pestering you about stuff. I said, well, why are they bothering you? And they were like, well, I don't know. They're doing this, and whatever. I'm like, well, what did you do to make them have to do that? Just tell them that you're sorry or something, and they'll probably leave you alone. And then, like, you know, they'll say that they're sorry and to them and, like, actually mean it kind of thing, and the bug will leave you alone. It'll just go about its business. Or maybe one of the little bugs need help. What if a little June bug flipped over on his back and he can't move? Well, he'll get stepped on, so you got to, like, help him out. You pick him up, you take him outside, you put him on something out in the shade so he doesn't get too hot, and go about your day. You know? That's me. For some reason, I'm that stupid. I look at little things that are alive and think, okay, well, what would they be doing if we, humans, were not in the way? How would they be living their lives? They probably wouldn't be in this situation. Frogs wouldn't be getting ran over in the road. You know? Isn't it weird how, like, when a frog crosses the road, it's parallel crossing, like we would cross? It's so crazy. I see frogs every damn night I drive home. Since I live on a lake, they're everywhere. Just see them like just hopping, like four to 5 feet in the air. They hopping. They go pretty far with that hopping too. It's like 3 or 4 feet every time they hop, like an average walk pace of a normal person. I try to avoid running over them. You can't help it sometimes though, because they just jump right out in front of you. You know, but it's pretty awesome to see a frog just kind of sitting in the road, just staring at you when you're driving. And I wave at them because I'm stupid. Or you get that thankful look whenever you don't hit them and stuff. Like the one that I saved in that box that came on the freight from our truck that time. I really saw the appreciation in its eyes, the look on its face.
Says, "Ribbit."
Ribbit. Because as I had mentioned, I see this in my like memory, because it just kind of plays through a lot, you know, the good stuff. Whenever I had opened up one of our freight totes at work, and there was a little green frog in there, like a dark green. It was barely like kind of like breathing and shallow and stuff and whatnot, and it had been in there through the whole trip, you know. And this is it's pretty hot, but it's not scorching hot like it's been. This is like maybe a month or two ago. I had mentioned this on here anyway, like before, but you know, I let it get into my hands. I said, hey, you know, get into my hand or whatever like that so I can take you outside. And it was sitting there kind of like just stuck, you know, kind of like together or whatever with his eyes barely open and stuff. And I reached out and it touched my hand and it crawled into my hand. And I went and showed the assistant or somebody, whoever I was working with, and they saw it and they said, "Ooh, we're having a frog." And I'm thinking, why ooh? It's just a frog. I mean, it's why ooh? It's just like a little person. You know, you take care of these guys. You know. So as I was like, it had just recently rained like 2 days before, so a lot of the ditches or the ditch that's nearest to us had a little water in it. So I thought, you know, the frog water need water, so go give frog water. You know. So we weren't busy or anything. Didn't have anybody in the store. So I picked it up and I had it in my hands, cupping it from the sun and like walking it and stuff, and it like peeks its head through the hole in my hand, like the thumb and the index, you know, the index finger, and it like looks up at me. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I open my hand up and it starts to like put its fingers on my shirt, you know, just sitting there and looking right at my face, and then. As I get closer to the water, I kind of walk down into the ditch a little ways, and it jumps up onto my shoulder. And it kind of like just sits there, you know, looking directly at me, and then it kind of looks down and stuff like that and looks back at me. I'm like, yes, this is for you. You know, that's what I actually said. I said, yes, this is yours, you know. And so I picked it up, and I put it back in my hand, and I put it down onto the ground. And I kind of shuffled it out of my hands because I didn't want to leave my hands. And it turned around and looked right up at me. And it had that look on its face like, thanks, man. You know? I was thinking, no problem. You're welcome, little guy. You know? Go about, you know, your life and do whatever. So then I left the ditch and went back inside. I don't know whatever happened with the frog, but that's me. That's who I am. I know it's retarded. Or the little hummingbird that I rescued out of our store that night. I mean, same type situation. I just little creatures and stuff. They deserve as much respect as we have for, I guess, ourselves. I suppose, I don't know. You know, do unto others type thing can traverse across species. You don't have to, you know, be afraid of anything, like whatever, you know, like if it's snakes or something like that, well, usually they'll only come after you if they find you as a threat or whatever. They won't just decide, hey, there's a human, let me attack him. You know, it's only if you've like violated its space or something. That's why I would ask for permission to walk by one every once in a while if I had to. Respect nature. I had mentioned it on here before. I mean, like, I needed to go out to my car one day when I was off, and I open the back steps, and there's like this snake curled up, like a black snake or whatever, is it curled up on one of the steps, like out of our back door and down and onto like a concrete slab with a cover, which is called a carport here. I don't know if they're everywhere, but it's like a garage without a side and a garage door, so it's kind of opened. And I saw the snake when I opened the door. It looked at me, and I was like, I'm going to walk by you. Like I said this out loud. I said, I'm going to walk by you. I'm going to go to my car, and then I'm going to come back and go back inside. Is that okay? And it was just like, you know, with his little tongue, just like shooting through and whatever, and just looking at me. And I was like, I'm going to take that as okay. So I walked back past it. It didn't move. It just, you know, like, just would look at me or whatever. And then I got back, whatever out of my car. I went back inside, and I said, see, I'm coming back in. And it just looked up at me like, you know, okay. And I shut the door. That was it. And I was maybe, I'd say, a foot away from its head with my ankle. Barefoot. You know. And all I did was I was just calm, talking to it. And, you know, didn't act like I was threatened by it or me threatening it. And we were okay. I get that a lot though from nature. I mean, I even talked about it like the other night when I worked with an associate and a horsefly was bothering him. And I said, "Why is the horsefly attacking you?" Or like interested in what's going on, because she kept trying to bat it away and it kept coming closer. And I said, does it smell anything on you that would attract it? And she's like, no, it shouldn't. I said, have you like sprayed any kind of perfume? And she goes, well, yeah, maybe like, 30 or so minutes ago, I put some perfume on my like legs and stuff. I said, that's what it is. It's attracted to the smell. It's trying to figure out what the smell is. That's why it's around you. It's not going to hit. It's not going to bite you. It's just curious. Because usually if they bite, they like, they go after you. But this one right here was just kind of hovering around, not landing, just kind of like, just getting close or whatever. And I said, I tell you what, if it bothers you too much, just tell it to go outside and leave you alone. And she looked at me like I was crazy. It's like, no, you'll be all right. You just tell it, that you're tired of it doing whatever. And I said, if not, I'll say, hey, I'll tell it to come over here and like ride my pants leg, and I'll take it outside or something, And she says, yeah, I don't like it. And she starts getting like the fly swatter. I said, no, that won't be necessary. It'll leave you alone. So I walked over, and she walked over like toward where I was at, and I said, come here, little dude, come here. And it like stopped hovering around her, and it flew over to me. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, watch, check this out. And I said, now little horsefly guy, if you get on my pants leg, I'll take you outside and let you free out there, and you can like roam around and do whatever you want to do. And it got onto my pants leg, and I walked outside really carefully, so that I didn't startle it or anything like that. And I shook it off of my leg or whatever, and it kind of like got up onto my leg again. And I was like, no, you stay out here. She doesn't want you inside. So I walked it over there toward like a red box area, and it got interested in something else. So I came back in to the store, and she goes, where is it? And I said, it's outside. It's not going to bother you anymore. And she says, wow. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be all right. It's just like, how the hell did you do that? But I guess I'm gifted. I don't know. I mean, I've had it like several times. I've mentioned it before on here as well. I mean, I could contact the dude and have him come on here and verify. One day at work, there was this dragonfly hovering around, around people and stuff, and they were shooing it away, and it was just wanting to get back outside, and it kept like missing the area and stuff like that, and so it would fly like buzz by people's heads and stuff, and they were getting all concerned and shit. And I said to my coworker, because he said I need to get I need to kill that thing because it's scaring everybody and whatever, and it would jump up onto the ceiling and kind of just sit there and then jump back down and then try to like go out and whatever. And I said, no, we just need to ask it if it wants to leave or not. If it wants to leave, we'll show it how to leave. And he said, yeah, okay, sure. So I stood like right at the front door, like maybe, like, okay, we had this L-shaped counter. And if you walk past the counter a little ways, you can take a left and walk down an aisleway that way. And so I stood right there and the door so that I could see both the aisle and the door at the same time. And I saw this thing.
Growlin83 has started stalking you.
Thank you. Thank you for the stalking, Growlin83. Thank you, sir. Or madam. So I look over at this thing, and I said, hey, little horsefly, come here and go that way. And it came right over to us, made a V line, like right where we were at, aimed toward the door, and it went outside. And the sales associate was standing right next to me and goes, how did you do that? And I said, I just asked it to leave. And it didn't, and it left. He goes, wow, I've never seen anything like that before. I was like, that's all you got to do.
Growlin83 says, LOL stalk stork walk work, talk torque.
Right? Cool. But and they always like look at me as if I'm like the bug wrangler or whatever, the wild animal wrangler. But it's just a thing. Like I have a respect for animals and for everything. There's a reason that it's all here and stuff. And when most people see it as a pest, I see it as like it just wants some help or something, and we can offer it that. Like there was one of those little black dirt daubers. I don't know what you may call them in your area, but they're little mud bugs that make little nests with mud, and they look like a wasp, but they're black, and there's like one in the store the other day, and it wanted outside, and it kept hitting the front glass, and I was like, hey, dude, let me help you out. And it landed on the glass, and I pushed the emergency door part of the auto door open, and it was like, okay, well, thanks. It flew away. I was like, no problem, dude. You're all right. Because it would go away, then it would turn and look at me, then go back again. And that's how I knew that it was like verification, that it was saying thank you. And everything thanks you in a way. I mean, they even offer you shit. I mean, I'd like the inchworm thing. I've talked about it on here before, about the one dirt dauber that when I was working on my Volkswagen that time out there on my work table, my workbench next to it. And one of them it kind of like hovered down in front of me and had this little green inchworm in its talons or whatever. I call them talons. I don't know what they're called. They're like its hands or feet or whatever. And it just like sets it down in front of me, hovers in front of my face, and then flies off. And I'm like, is this like an offering or something? What is this, So I'm like, well, I don't want it, so I guess I'll just pick you up, dude. And because it was like, inching around and stuff, trying to find its way. And I was like, just an inch at a time. This little guy, he's not going to get very far.
Growlin83 says, CHER1.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks for the cheer. Every bit helps, man. But I'm not here for all that or anything. But yeah. So I go to just put this. Damn, I've already used that. It was 42 seconds. That's not too long, was it? Wow, that's pretty quick. I go to I pick it up and I find like a bush nearby or whatever, and I put the thing into a bush. I just put it on there and I said, "See you later, dude. I don't want you or nothing like that." So then I go back to working on like the part thing I'm doing from a Volkswagen. And then this dirt dauber shows back up again, and he goes back down to where he left this inchworm. And he's like looking around, and he faces towards me. And I said, what? I thought you gave it to me. I put it over there on that bush. So then it gets up and it like flies away, and I don't know if it ever found it again or not. But I was thinking, so did it want me to watch it for it, or was it an offering? I don't know. I can't communicate that well with these things, but it's just really interesting stuff that kind of happens around me or whatever. People at work will be scared of moths. I'm thinking, why are you afraid of a moth? It can't hurt you. If anything, it's going to be dead in like a few days. So they say, oh, it just looks so freaky. Look at its wings. I'm like, it's a moth. Whatever. So they would tell me, hey, can you get rid of it? I said, okay. And so I put my hand down in front of it and said, come on, little guy. They don't want you here. Get in my hand. I have to take you outside. And it'll like just crawl into my hand. I'm like, okay, there you go. They're like, how do you do that? Like, what? So I go outside and I put my hand like on the side of the wall in the shade because you don't want to put them in the heat. I mean, they get too hot, They don't want to be like, if someone picked you up, if you were a tiny thing, would you want to be set in the sun? No. So, I take it outside, put it on the wall. I'm like, okay, you got to be out here, dude. They don't want you inside, kind of thing. I mean, hell, like, what was it, like, maybe less than a month ago or whatever at work, I was standing there at the register checking somebody out, like with the stuff, and this little maggoty-looking larva worm lands on my finger, my hand. And I'm like, oh, dude, where'd you come from? And I look up and I don't see anything, and it's like, wiggling around and stuff. And I said, hold on a minute, So I set it down, and this person looks at me like I'm weird, like, why don't you kill that thing and throw it away? And I'm like, no. I'm not going to kill it, So after, it's still sitting there like on the countertop, and the person's already checked out. I pick it up in my hand, and I start to take it outside. And it wiggles out of my hand and slips through my fingers or whatever. It gets onto the hot concrete, like the sidewalk. And it's like shaking around and everything, like it's getting too hot and, and stuff. And I said, oh, dude, I'm sorry. So I got my name tag because it's flat and things. And I put it down there, and I kind of scooped him up into it. And I put him over there in the shaded grass area. And I don't know what kind of insect it was supposed to be. But it looked like almost like a maggot, but it was bigger, just a little bit bigger, not big around, but But yeah, that's just how I am with wildlife and things of that nature. I know that's kind of freaky or whatever to some people. It's like these little ants that are around me, one or two at a time. You just see them like just looking around for shit. I mean, there was one time, which I shouldn't have done it, but I took one of the water bottle caps because I have like a case of bottled water that I keep next to me all the time, especially when I'm streaming and whatever. And I had a little bit of water left in there, and opened up the little top, and poured a little bit of drips of water in it, and just set it down right there. And like throughout the day or whatever, you just see all these ants going over here and getting them a drink of water. I'm like, well, they thirsty too, just because they're insects and stuff, and those little guys are working, so they deserve a little drink. And then, like, by the end of the day, it was just out of water. It was like, wow, they drank all that, and they just disappeared. So whatever it was. But I always think, like, if there's crumbs and stuff, like if you're eating something, which I have a bad habit of eating around my computer, and you have crumbs that fall off. Well, if you don't clean it up and they find it, it's theirs. They can do whatever they want. They clean up after you. So there you go. I'm going circling back around again to that whole cleaning up thing again. It's not too bad, They do their job. If it's a big mess, they'll take every little bit of it, clean it up, and then disappear for a while. I mean, that's what they do. And it is totally safe, like like picnicky type ants or something, or whatever, like the little black ants and things that are really harmless little guys. Well, there was a piece of cake on the counter in the kitchen one time. We didn't seal off the little container just right or whatever, and they got all over that son of a gun, the little piece that was left, and they ate a little bit off of it or whatever, and then they were gone. You know, they just ate and ran, I guess. So I wanted a piece of cake. I look at this thing. I'm like, you know, well, they ate a little bit. So I'll get online and I research, is it okay to eat something if an ant has been on it? And everything I came across said it's perfectly fine. They're one of the most cleanest insects out there, you know. So I said, okay, cool. So I ate the little piece of cake that was left. And hey, here I am, still around, no problems. So I guess it was okay. I don't know. I have a soft spot for just anything other than human, you know. I have a respect for nature. They deserve all the respect we can give them. 'Cause what if it's one day, like, you know, you're out there and something else is out there that you've helped before, then all of a sudden you're being helped by it. I just imagine that scenario happening, to where, like, say, a bird, a crow, or something that you've helped, that you're feeding or something like that, that just comes to your yard or whatever, and doing whatever for, and then all of a sudden, like, you're in a pickle, you know, something's happened to you, you're over here, and you just need some sort of an assistance, maybe another bird's, you know, bothering you or something like that, and then I'm thinking in my head, you know, a scenario where this crow comes down to help you, gets rid of the other thing that's there. It's like a little return favor type situation. I see that happening in my head. It never would happen in real life. I mean, I talk to crows. Crows can understand human language. It's been proven. There'll be a few at work on the power lines or whatever, just kind of sitting there, cawing. You know, mostly in the morning time they'll do that. And I'll yell up there. I go, "Hello up there," and they'll stop and they'll look down at me like, "What the hell is that human saying?" I don't give a shit. Caw, caw. So I'll go, caw. And he'll look back down at me again like, son of a bitch. You know? like it's, you know, getting upset. And I've said, okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. You know, and I'll walk off and go back inside. Yeah. I do not have any bird shit on my car either. So evidently they don't hate me. Because nature will do that, you know. If they hate you, they'll do something. There was just one video I watched on YouTube where these dogs attacked a car and dismantled like half of it in the front end. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell did that guy do to a dog for them to gang up on his vehicle and destroy the son of a bitch? That's a gang attack on a vehicle to another extreme. And it's on YouTube. You can watch it. I need to find the video and link to it. I think I'll do that eventually. Defeat Captain's Ground enemies. Oh my gosh, really? We'll let no. We'll let Gary the Klingon handle that. But yeah, totally, like, you know. I'm sorry that I keep going on this like little spiel and rant or whatever it is, just about nature. But I like nature. It's pretty awesome, you know. I was always one of those, like, we'd go up to the mountains around here and you know, get into the cold water, mountain water or whatever, and see all this fish in there, and they would like come up to me and stuff instead of like swim off, and like kind of just be around me. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know. It's like Snow White or something. Discard. We don't want a damn triple. Okay, is this bound to character? Bound to account. 100 marks. I need to give that to Gary the Klingon. Let's see. Visit Smallcraft Bridge. Yeah. Alright. Are y'all done walking all over my water here? Yeah, you are. Okay. Yeah, nobody's on there now. Okay. Good. I can walk. I can drink it. I wish I had a camera and take a picture of them. Try to make sure like I'm not going to step on somebody. It's really hard though because you can't hardly see the guys. They're so tiny. Have you ever watched an ant clean its little antennae? It's so interesting. Or what was it? What is it? Have if you watch like a cockroach or American cockroach, not a German one, because Germans are weird. They're smaller and gray and whatnot. But are Germans small and gray? I don't know. Real people? But like any kind of little critter that has antennae, they clean those suckers. You can watch them clean, and it's so fascinating because that's how they like sense things. You can tell whenever like two cockroaches have been in a fight with something or whatever, or just one of them, because one of its antennae will be like half gone or shortened somehow or another. And then you research it, you look online, you're like, yes, that means they've been in a fight or whatever, mostly over a female. I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Probably the female. Some of those species of insects, though, are kind of brutal, though, like certain spiders and whatnot, and because after mating or the eggs and all that kind of stuff, the female kills the male and uses it to eat or whatever. Why can't I collect that? Oh, whatever. Just stuff is so fascinating. I need to be watching the weather more. I probably know when it was going to rain or something. I don't like that channel called The News. They're always talking about shit that doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit about a lot of shit. I don't take a shit either. Shit takes me. But, it was like the other day. It was so hot outside. It was like the heat index of like 110, 20 or something like that. Today it was 106 with the heat index. It was actually 98 degrees with a heat index of 106. Whatever that means. I don't know. I've never researched it. I'm not a weatherman. But I kept thinking to myself, man, I wish a cool front would come in here. And I kept talking to everybody like over these past few days. I said, we need a cool front from the winter time whenever winter was here to come in and cool everything down. And they're like, yeah. And then finally somebody says, well, they talked about that on the weather. There's a cool front coming in actually today, they said. Or like a storm or something, or rain. I was like, oh, really? Okay, cool. So it worked. And they're like, what? And I said, never mind. You wouldn't understand. It's like me hoping and forcing nature to actually... I don't do that anymore. Or did I ever? Could have sworn when I was a kid I made it stop raining around me. But, hey, that was just probably a fluke. I had a wild imagination when I was a kid. And I barely have one now. Let's see. I was going to use Gary the Klingon. Gary has this issue. He doesn't like doctors.
Mergim says, wait. Are you secretly Storm from X-Men?
No.
Kappa.
No. Just when I was a kid, I thought that I actually could control weather. When you're a kid, you think things or whatever like that. Your imagination kind of runs wild. Oh, I'm already where I need to be. Sure am. Didn't even mean to do that. How did I get over here? I need to go here into the ground battle zone because it's easier for me to do ground battle to get captains. Neat. No, when I was like about maybe 4 or 5 years old. I think it was when I was 5. 5 to 6. Yeah, maybe 6 years old. I'm going to round up to 6. What the hell is that? Okay, that's that.
Mergim says, yeah, when I was a kid I was convinced street lights went out because I was passing near them.
Yeah, that stuff still happens though. That can actually be a true phenomenon.
Mergim says, now I know what's actually going on.
Aliens. Yeah, I'd whenever it would I'd be outside and it rained this one time, I'd close my eyes, focus so much on telling the rain to quit.
Mergim says, mole people.
Mole people? Yeah. And around me, I could see it still raining, right? But I was not getting wet anymore. And I thought, wow, this is interesting. I mean, even the front porch was getting wet. And as I walked near the porch, I can remember this. It's like it just stopped raining. And I went inside. And I was like, and how did this happen? I'm magic, you know. Then again, you know, you kind of realize later on in life that certain places can rain here next to you, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's not raining right here. So, yeah, it wasn't no magic. It was just the way things happened that day. Mole people. Yeah, the whole streetlight thing is crazy. Back when I used to IRC chat in the late 1999/2000, where's the, let's see, what are we looking for? We need to go to the city. Or do we? No, we don't. We need to go to over here. But this dude that I would chat with, his friend would always talk about how they would be walking around or whatever, and they go near like a light pole, and every time his friend walked under it, it would actually go out. But when he walked underneath light poles, they wouldn't go out. And it could be some sort of a charged particle type situation, negative energies and stuff, you know, if you go mystical and all that. Or it just could be that it would go out. I mean, right now, you know, street lights can go out, like, you know, if other lights interfere with them. You know, like if you're in a vehicle and you're traveling down the road and your light kind of hits some sort of sensor, you know, it'll make the light go out. That happens a lot around here when I'm driving, to others and to myself. Because, you know, lights nowadays have like these sensors and shit and whatnot, and solar panel bullshit all over it. When I was at a bus stop, we used to be able to like hit a light pole and make it go out. Ah, man, just the magic of when you're a kid. Everything's possible. It's so great. Let's see. We want to use our fancy shit here. We're going to go through the little mark down here of Gary the Klingon before we actually get started on a lot of this.
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
He has 3 combat fatigue, 6 concussions, 5 cracked ribs, 8 muscular tears, 5 radiation sicknesses, 4 combat exhaustion, 7 head traumas, and 12 internal bleeding. He's doing fine. He's like, he doesn't even do damage anymore. He's barely alive. Somebody better not fucking heal me either, ever. Gary's going for a whole new record, you know. He's going up against Kahless. You know, the stories of Kahless. In order to do that, he has to, like, take a beating, you know, like a severe beating to the face or something. Klingons do not this. Klingons do not that. Klingons do not complain about physical discomfort. That what Worf say. Ooh, we may not survive
Merkim
this.
says, a lot of those older street lights had an electrically conductive gas in the bulb. When a current was passed through they would light up, but over time the gas would leak out, and as the bulb heated up it would lose conductivity and go out.
Only when you walked under them. So if you walked under them and you farted, it would make them like go out. Mole people. The Silurians.
Merkim says, so if you stood under the same light after it went out, it would usually come back on a couple minutes later after it cooled back down, then off again when it got hot.
Ah. It just so happened by circumstance, whenever you would go around them, that would be the got too hot side of it, right? Well, they usually don't use like glass bulbs anymore for stuff, do they? I mean, they were supposed to, like, what was it? Back around 2012/13 or something, they were going to do away with the actual glass light bulbs for everything and switch over to, like, the fluorescent swirly, twirly bulbs or whatever, and then eventually plastic LED bulbs. But depending on what they're for, though, right? I mean, obviously, Dollar General has some sort of a manufacturer person that
Merkim says,
that makes
yeah,
them.
those bulbs are less common these days, but still in limited use.
Oh man, I missed out on that one. Damn it. They went after it without me, son of a bitches. How did they do that? Ain't nobody over here. What the hell? How did that get shot down if I didn't even shoot it? My guys, I know they didn't do anything. And this thing's targeting
Merkim
me.
says, their one big advantage is they are cheap to manufacture and relatively energy efficient to boot.
Yeah. When I got this, replaced my ceiling fan because the motor went out in the other one that was there. It was a Walmart fan, so it came with a Walmart bulb. And it's like one of those plasticky, round plastic bulbs. I need to hook up somebody with some sabotage. Wait, no. Sabotage, it's sabotage because that's what William Shatner says. Sabotage. You say sabotage, I say sabotage. He's Canadian. Canadian. He's also his own entity, William Shatner. Alright. Will his Shatners. Okay, there's one. Lightning damage detected. Form of a hawk. Caw, caw, caw. Boobies.
Merkim says, it's weird, but if you look at old incandescent bulbs according to power usage, they're actually more like space heaters with some extra output as light.
Isn't there like some bulb out there in the world was switched on back in like the 30s or something, and it's been burning ever since and has never went out? And they like it's something about if bulbs were still made that way, they would never burn out. But they manufactured the bulbs that we use these days, not the newest type bulbs, you know, like the LEDs or anything, but they manufacture them to actually have a lifespan, you know, which sucks because then if you bought a bulb that would never go out,
says,
you know.
Yeah, I forget when and where, but I know the bulb you're talking about.
Yeah. And if bulbs were manufactured the way this one was created, we would never have to buy another bulb for like lifetimes. But you know, government gets a hold of shit, and they're like, well, that's just not profitable. I mean, we need people to pay for this shit, so yeah, you know, they make them more flimsy and able to be broken and like a chip go out. It's almost like you know, if you have a phone and it receives an update, then all of a sudden after that, it's like, oh well, your phone's old. I mean, you'll have to get another one because that's why it's slow. No, the reason it's slow is because they gave you an update to make it slow to make you have to buy a new phone. That's what that is. That's what that is, man. I'm telling you, that's what that is, Christian Bale. Then again, yes, stuff does get old, whatever. Damn, I missed that Motorola Razr phone. I mean, the phone I have seems to work just as well as it's supposed to, and it's a 2012 Pantech Hotshot, which is not a smartphone. Just a basic flat phone that has just menu functionality and basic usage, and that's it. And it works perfect. Works for what I need it for. The only problem is it's old and they're going to stop servicing
says,
it.
I miss my old LG chocolate. Sad face.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that. You know, that work perfectly. It's just they stopped. You know, servicing like signal wise and all that with that stuff, because where's the profit in it for them? You know, like everybody that buys one of these iPhones every year. Well, it's too old. Your iPhone. You need a new one. Oh, okay. You know, I would not want an iPhone. Those things are too damn expensive. I came across some phone. It's supposed to be a hybrid between a dumb phone and a smartphone, and it's solid gray and like a little block. And I find that so fascinating for some damn reason. I've not seen this phone in real life. I've only researched it online. Because we go through Verizon, and they sent out a letter saying that the phone that I use is going to have to be like, you know, it's no longer going to be in service or whatever after December of this year or something like that. So I have to actually get another phone. And I'm kind of hesitant to get an actual smartphone, because what do I need a smartphone for? I mean, I have my computer. I'm always around my computer unless I'm at work. When I'm at work, you're not supposed to have your phone on you anyway. So what's the point in having a smartphone if you're not going to need it? Just have a regular, everyday, just call and text or something like that, and that'd be fine. It's also cheaper. It's $14 a month for that. And I guess that's the problem. It's not in the hundreds. That I don't need anything like that. I mean, I've got everything I need. I got this free game that I'm playing. Got like a $80 internet bill a month. It's enough. If I need to do anything that I think is fun, it's usually a free type of fun. Like learning how to code in Python. I mean, you don't have to pay for that shit. You can just learn it, you know. Download it, install it, and figure it out. It's so fun. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that have to like buy new shit to feel like I have gratitude for shit, whatever like that. Or I just create stuff, you know, 3D, which I need to get back into doing that, but I don't have time. If I had time, I need to remember manager. I need to send messages. Yeah, time has just escaped me. I need to wash my car. Gotta freaking change the oil in one of the cars. Cause I own two cars. An old 71 Super Beetle that I restored, and my actual smart car that I drive. The smart car is giving me fits now. It's saying, hey, it's time for an oil change, bastard. Give me the motherfucker. You change your own damn oil. I need to replace like the secondary air pump in that thing too. Just went and got some gas today. $30 worth of gas. Didn't even fill it up. Usually, like whenever before gas prices decided they were gonna go up, I could put like $20 in there like every 2 weeks or whatever. Cause I don't go anywhere. I go to work and home to work. Everything I need is at work, because that's where I spend most of my money, is at work. Buy like lunch meat, bread, you know, that's about it. You know, last a few weeks. That's lunch, pretty much. Lunch before going to work. Buy a little thing or something, you know, like a thing, tuna or something like that, or whatever to eat for dinner, and that's it. You don't have to worry about all that. Simplistics. Ah, damn. Call for backup. Call for backup. Chat-Rin, no. Chat-Rin, you're gonna go down, damn it. I gotta wake you up, Chat-Rin, because you're like gonna help me or something like that. You're gonna help me right now, Chat-Rin. Told you. Help me now, Chat-Rin. Chagrin? Is it green? Chagrin. Oh, dude, thanks, man. Hey, and also setting that up. That's so sweet of you, dude. Okay. Klingon warriors, we will attack this thing here. Oh. Oh. Come on, Gary the Klingon. Come on, you guy. Come on, guy. You got this, guy. You got this, Gary the Klingon. Stab him with your knife, Gary the Klingon. Gary the Klingon, Gary. We got this, fellas. We got this. Don't let this guy stop us from getting close to him. That's right, baby. Put that little pose right there. That's right. Let me take a picture. Oh, you look so good laying on your side like that. Alright. Let's see. Who's next as far as something? That's, alright. Yeah, we can go through here. Because I'm just worried about the captains, and I don't care about capturing the places. Captain Dusty, whoever you are. I don't know how half the people are in my friends list on here. Let's see. To the park. This looks like a good place to go. Go over here. I'm gonna run over here. Over here. Oh, dude, somebody's already been capturing you, you son of a bitch. Okay. Well, I could still, like, die or something. There we go. Gary, you die too easily. Barely held together with a band-aid. I found a leaf or whatever and wrapped it in duct tape. Keegan! Wake me up before you go, Keegan. Do not leave me hanging on a line and yo-yo, Keegan. Take me dancing tonight. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on a line and yo-yo. Alright, where's the guy at or something? He should, like, be showing up or whatever. Shouldn't he? You know, like falling from the sky or whatever. Dude, where the hell? Oh, God, where in the fuck? Because the capture thing's gotten a little too far, so he can't show up now. That's too late in the game for that. Wake me up before you go. Leave me hanging on a line and yo-yo. Okay, everybody get near me. Never mind. I've already used the run thing. Okay. Use my secondary run. And I ran oh far away. I just ran all fucking day. I wanted to get away. Hello over there. You having a picnic or something? Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Call for backup. Yeah, call for help or whatever. Chat-Rin, you must help me up before you die. Chat-Rin. Everybody take a nap first. Okay, everybody rise and shine. It's time to go back to work. It's time to go back to work. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't mean it. That's just what happens whenever you fuck a stranger in the ass. Ah, fudge. Clay fighter, clay fighter. Come and fight them if you can. Damn it. Tar, the nanopulse hog will take care of your... Okay, you killed my pig. It all started because a Voth killed his hog. You killed my hog, you bastard! You think, like, on Kronos they have, like, Scottish people or something like that? Does everybody sound the same? Are all Klingons like just like that, or do they have like a southern dialect or whatever? Are they the city Klingons versus the ones that live out in the country or something? Oh, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. My voice is going hoarse because I keep talking. Running in circles, circles and running. Or whatever. There we go. Kaboom! Kaboom! There you go. Toss that grenade like a pro. Good job, Kagan. He lobbed it over there like a gentle toss. It landed right in front of him and it exploded, killing his leg. Boom again, boom. This one right here is taking a lot longer for a damn reason. I think that's how it is, though. Like some of these just take a longer time. Kagan ice cream. Kagan ice cream. Cream. I should name one of the Klingons that. Like, IZ apostrophe CRM. Ice cream. It's a big Kagan ice cream. Whoa, here. Yay! Did we get that one, or have we always had 3? Why didn't that count? I killed it. Oh, somebody else is here, and they killed it first. Bastards. Here I am, capturing half of this damn thing myself, and then someone shows up to kill the guy? He comes into my house, and he pees on my rug? He peed on your fucking rug. He peed on my fucking rug, man. Right?
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
Oh, damn it. I need to rewatch that one video where someone got all the parts of him saying, you know, the F-bomb in the whole movie. That was funny shit, man. That's some funny shit right there, man. Walter, obviously you're not a bowler. Obviously you're not a golfer. Does it look like I'm fucking married, man? Jackie Treehorn wants his money. Yay, that didn't count either. Wow. Okay, cool. Shit, what the fuck? Okay. 1, 2. Okay. Second stage is cut. We're now in orbit, stabilizers up. Running perfect. We're not gonna bother with capturing that shit. Standing there alone, the ship is waiting, all systems are go. Are you sure? Controller's not convinced, but the computer has the evidence. No need to abort. The countdown starts. Watching in a trance, the crew is certain, nothing left to chance. All is working. Damn it. Okay, what was I doing again? Yeah. trying to relax. Up in the capsule, send me up a drink. Jokes Major Tom. The count goes on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, calling, calling home. Second stage is cut. We're now in orbit, stabilizers up. Running perfect, trying to collect requested data. What will it affect when all is done? Thanks, Major Tom. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I can always shift, if they're at... Why? I was trying to look at the map. Why do you gotta shoot me right then? It's so stupid you can't look at the map when you get shot. There's a lot of times in history where people were looking at maps and would get shot. What the hell? Look. Oh, right over there is a hole in the... You know. Allow me to get shot for you. Starring me, the idiot. Let's see. If it hasn't been destroyed, there should be one there and one right there. There and there average. If they have not been killed. Which I'm guessing they probably have.
Yeah, they probably have, buddy.
Everyone knows it's Butters. Holy crapola! I'm yawning. Alright, damn it. Let's see if I can look over here or something. Okay, I don't see them, so now they're not there. They've been destroyed. So they don't exist in the map anymore. Okay, well, we'll just swap over and see what happens. This is the only one. What the fuck? 13 players in the whole game are on this right now. That's so sad. Nobody cares about Dyson like I do. Well, I'm not really Dysoning it right now anyway. I'm just trying to do the captain thing. One of different ways to do this. This isn't working in my favor like it's supposed to. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew to... Where'd that come from? Oh, yeah, okay, I had to help. Damn it, okay. I was wondering, I didn't capture it right then. But I flew too high. Damn it, always ruins it. Every time I got a cough.
Cough? Are you coughing? Are you coughing? Are you sitting down? It's huge. Whatever you're doing, it's huge. Keep going, baby. It's huge. Don't stop. Don't stop. It'll get small again. It's supposed to be huge right now. Let me get another Viagra. Huge. Huge, huge, huge.
Come on already. Like, say, hey, here comes Guy or something. There we go. Fire or something.
Keep carrying toward the planet.
Keep shooting or something like that. Dude, what the hell? Put on auto fire. I had auto fire turned off. No the fuck wonder.
No wonder, man. No wonder. Here.
4 of 8. Okay, that counted. Nice. The other ones didn't count, even though I did take part in killing them. So that's interesting. That's interesting, man. That's fucking interesting. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas and fuck yourself. Okay, bye. Ho ho, fucking ho! What a crock of shit. We don't work for Santa Claus. We've had enough. We quit. Because we do all the fucking work while he stars in the show. Stick your Christmas up your ass. Ho ho fucking ho. I'm Rudolph and I quit. That's a funny song. Like the 30-point buck. Did you see the 30-pointer as I jumped into the truck? I'm gonna get that 30-point buck. I have a problem talking. I don't know when to shut up.
That's a joke, boy. You missed it. Went right past you. You gotta keep on your toes.
Bye. Electrical shock should fry the things around him if you get close enough. Yeah, of course you can do sabotage, and that may help too. Oh, I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll have a blue Christmas without you, and I'll be doing alright. Damn it. Speaking of some Elvis stuff, right? The assistant manager that we have at work, she went with her sister and her mother to see the Elvis movie that's out, and she said it was so great and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, well, cool. And then later, another sales associate that works with us had come in on her day off and was just talking to me about stuff, and she says, I want to go see that Elvis movie and see what all happens during it. I said, well, obviously, I mean, Elvis dies. And she says, what? Don't spoil it for me. I'm thinking, well, duh. I mean, if it's a movie about Elvis's life or something like that, Elvis died. Duh. It's a true story. I mean, it's not like somebody's going to watch the thing and go, oh, I wonder what happens next. It's documented. At least I think it is. I mean, there are people that believe that Elvis is still alive, but, But, yeah, okay. Alright, that's close enough. I mean, it is obvious, right? People do know the history of Elvis Presley. I mean, if it's based off a true story. I don't know, I haven't seen the trailer for that Elvis movie, so I don't really know what era it is, for Elvis Presley. My dad had a friend that swore up and down that his dad was Elvis, because apparently, this where they were at was one of his old stomping grounds, and they would have hay rides or something. Dude's mom was we always told him that she got with Elvis a few times or whatever, and then all of a sudden dude was born, and whenever this guy would actually play the guitar, just not in a real band or anything, but could actually play it, just came natural. Whenever he sang an Elvis song, he sounded just like Elvis, identical. And then he ended up having a son that actually favored Elvis. So I don't know. I mean, okay, stop shooting at it and go fight, damn it. So I don't really know. I mean, I'm just spreading what was already there and talking about it. I mean, this would count as a captain, wouldn't it? The Rex. But yeah, there's no telling how many illegitimate children Elvis did have out there. you know, from town to town and go and like perform and then hook up with some lady and then bam, you know, got a kid. But I always heard that he had like would go to the Louisiana hay rides or something or whatever like that, and that's where this lady was always at. So I don't know. But I don't know if like the movie is about young Elvis or old fat Elvis, or what is it? Is it like both or something? Like, you know, like through his lifetime. Is it like part one of Elvis? Because there's like so much you can have of Elvis. Elvis Parsley. That did count.
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent.
And I got shit fire it. Cool, I got some shit fire it.
The bomb fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
Troops inbound, Captain. Visit bridge small crafty thingy, because I need to get that thing out of there. Hello there. Hello there. What do you want of me? Got no room for misery.
Remember those like conspiracy theories about Elvis like not dying, that like his twin brother actually survived and they kept him hidden? And that's the guy that was like actually Elvis that died or something? That they would like dual perform or whatever just to put on a show, and kind of like Andy Dick and all that. Oh, no, not Andy Dick. What was his name? Andy Kaufman. Let's see, we got that. We're going to do fleet, always fleet, no matter what. Okay. Another personal endeavor thing, another fleeter. Yay. As we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we go to hear what happened to you. The holdings. Holding. First down. Or something. Okay, so that's official. Go to Light Counting World and fill that one up. And contribute. I don't want to contribute that with him. I keep forgetting about Ushanka because she's got the most experience. We'll throw 7 at it. We can't. It's be too much.
Son of a motherless goat.
You scum-sucking maggot. You son of a motherless goat. 3 Amigos is awesome. If you've never watched it, I recommend it. Like that scene in the desert whenever it's Martin Short's character and Steve Martin, and they're like, you know, exhausted and out of water in their canteen, and then Martin Short opens his up and it's nothing but just like sand and dirt or whatever, and goes right into his mouth and all over his face. And Chevy Chase's character, like, he opens up his canteen, he's got like water all galore in there, and he's like washing his head off with it, pouring it on his, you know, he's like using it up, something fierce, and the other ones are just kind of staring at him like, what the hell? God, I love it. I need to rewatch that. It's been a damn long while. My little buttercup has the sweetest smile. Dear little buttercup, won't you stay a while? I can't remember the rest of it. Don't you think? Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you. That was always a funny thing. And they'll salute the little huh, 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 you know, thing they would do. Okay, Gary's gonna do a random. Damn, that was fast. Damn it.
That was fast. Gary the Klingon is not afraid of random TFOs. Charin. What are you doing over there? Chakrin. I will fly the shuttle. Oh, we're actually not moving, but we're moving. The star thing is like doing stuff or something. Now that's pretty cool. I wish we had like a first person thing where we can like actually experience, you know, like being the Klingon or being the Federation officer, you know, seeing it from their point of view and standing up in their chair and transporting out in the middle of the ship and everyone else go, what the fuck just happened? No. Cure found. Thank you for showing up, everybody.
The time I was lost on a beach and a cop had me look for my parents. I said to the cop, you think we'll find them? He said, I don't know, kid, there's so many places they could hide.
Yeah. Hey, Rodney. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on an auto thing or something. I tell you, no respect at all. Let's go over here and get destroyed. Do not let IKS Kang fall below 75 health. What if I do? What if I think that he just needs to be dead or something? What if I go over here and I knock him in the face? How about that? We're steadily hitting that button. We're gonna make that button happen. I, Gary the Klingon, made that one get destroyed all by myself.
We will add your technological and biological distinctiveness to our own.
Pause for that. I put in there, I, Gary the Klingon, will destroy all the Borg myself with the aid of this team. The great Gary the Klingon. Not Kahless, Gary the Klingon. Found under a rock in space. Theorizing that one can time travel within his own... Wow, what the hell? That was fast. Aye. Alright, Gary the Klingon knew I could do it myself. Gary the Klingon is so full of shit. He's full of fit. That's what a gun sounds like.
You know, that really grinds my gears.
In the time of chimpanzees, there was a monkey. Putting in my veins in the mouth, gut junkie with plastic eye ball sack. Ooh, fleet marks, Captain. Oh my gosh, yes. Ooh. Doinkty doinkty doink. Still nothing. Alright. Okay. Alright, okay. Alright. Okay, alright. Okay. Let me switch over to Ushanka real quick. Oh, excuse you, mister. Colony World. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Ooh. I need to be focusing on very shortly how many let's see, roster, not that roster, the other roster. Roster man. He be jamming so smooth. I'm gonna send her over to the Starbase real quick to get some people to abuse. I mean, youth. We're gonna put them inside the fleet or something. The Fleet Starbase system. And quickly, let's go through this hole we found. We 3 kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we travel so far. Field and fountain, moor, mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of might, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to that light, mister. We made it. We got over here just in time. Justin who? I've never heard of him before. That guy Just In Case or whatever, the commercial. He reminded me of that, like the dude you're getting a Dale guy. But that dude went to jail. Dude, you're going to jail. Oh, damn it. Damn it. No. G-Rock, you went to jail. Jay Bullwinkle, you sure are a son of a bitch. I wonder if there's been any more Twisted Tune stuff out there. You know, you go like to YouTube and see like Twisted Tunes. It's where the voice actors of all these cartoons you've grown up over the years listening to use their voices and for other things like certain movies that may have the F word in them and things of that nature, you know, like out of context. They'll have Pinky and the Brain doing something totally like wrong. Yes, Pinky. It's time to rule the world. Pinky and the Brain. He's Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. The laboratory mice whose genes have been spliced. The Pinky and the Brain. We're unpacking all these gas darn motherfuckers. Corksucker. What? Are you trying to call me a name, Erima? I therefore understand that you are not a human being. Noise. Not moist, noise. Belch. Ooh. Oh my. And how much will that would give us? Just 1,000. So 24, 7, and that's 25. So yeah, I can do like maybe
It's a quick 500 one, or a 1,000 one. I need to switch back over to Gary the Klingon so we can see that. Took a nice little rest, and then we're back. Okay. This guy's freaking insane. Thank you, mister.
He's crazy.
You're damn right. Okay, what is the next one? Theoretical molding okay. And that's gonna be what? It's like 15 science or something, and then money, and then fleet credits. Okay. No problem. It will work and not will. Yes. Practical, no, engineering, construction, something. Or something. That's 1,000 should be. Yep, okay. So that would knock us up, if this gets out of the way, that's another 1,000. So 18, 19, yeah, dude. I could totally get it done, man. Totally. Totally. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse farted, and then it went down to the center of the house. You're crazy, you motherfucker. No, I'm not. I'm just insane. You hear me there, everywhere. A little portal just opened above my head. Then it closed again. It's a visual phenomenon that's really wild, man. They peek and they look through that hole at you. Look at where you're at. Let's see you. Did I ever start her in Admiralty for Klingon again? Klingon, bam, check that out. Bam, bam, boom, bam, 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 bam. Yeah. What? 5 of 10, there it is down there. Okay. Do another small one because I want to get to the 5 of 10 one. There we go. We're going to click on this one here. We're going to go in there. We're going to give all those little squirrel a little happy place right there. There's that little tree trunk right there that we accidentally added earlier. We're going to skip over that. We're going to put a little hole right here. That's where them squirrels go in. Happy little place, isn't it? Yes. 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 Roger that. Okay. Alright. Let me look and see what's going on Twitch. TWITCH. That's www. Wow, nobody's online. I could have thought for sure that Trizander would be on right now. Wow. It's Sunday. People are at home on Sunday. Duh. Duh. Even Judas is offline right now. Wow. Stygian's off. Cow Tip and Mike.
Perlin says, part-timer Trizander.
Part-timer? I thought he's like streamed every single night. Wow. Okay, well, I don't see anybody to raid. I guess I won't raid tonight. Alright. I have been going for 3 hours and 24 minutes with 59 seconds, 25 seconds, 25 minutes right now. 1 second, 2 seconds.
Dalek Kurlan says, he's not. He does stream every day, but on occasion he does seems OT forget.
Seems to forget? We need to remind him. Unless he finally had like that heart attack, you know, from all those sounds and getting scared a lot.
Merkim says, well, thanks for the show. Have a good one everybody. Leg Club GIF.
Love Club GIF. Dalek Kelland.
Hello, Dalek Kurland. Dalek. Captain Kurland was a Dalek. I got transformed into a Dalek. Graleen 83 used 1 bits today. Cheered once. Thank you for that. If you're still here. If not, still thank you anyway. And you even followed an hour ago. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, I'm gonna get off, and try to watch like one more episode of that Time Traveler's Wife. I think it's the last one, episode 6. And then go to bed. Then go to work tomorrow. And then come back on here tomorrow night. Yeah, whatever. And that happened. Yep. Thank you all for showing up, for being here, and listening to me put up with nothing important, talking, and playing Star Trek. It's fun. Let's kill another red shirt. I kill a red shirt once a night. Or I try to remember to kill a red shirt. See what happens this time. He freaking just throws it, and it just so happens to hit the guy in the red shirt. Never be a red shirt. I think it's been calculated that if you put it on a podium or whatever, red shirts haven't died as often as we thought they have. But it just seems like it. I don't know. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night, good morning, good evening, good day, whatever time it is during your day. Stay awesome. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.